Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again, folks. It's a Feel Good Friday, and we got WWE Smackdown and a little bit of AEW Rampage tonight. It's going to be a fun one. We got so much to talk about. We got a Wyatt 6, we got Pat McAfee, we got ratings and Caesars. We got it all, folks. It's going to be a crazy night, a stacked night of Smackdown, plus more. We're going to get into all of it, so strap in, strap on, grab your snacks. Grab your feel good and welcome to the Wrestling for Life Network. Let's go. Ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. This is another live stream, and we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. Happy to be back at it again. You put another week in the books. We get to cap off Friday with a doubleheader of wrestling. It's going to be a fun one. Get in that chat. Click all the buttons. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We just eclipsed 5K subscribers, and we thank everybody out there for that. Great milestone. We are happy to do it. We did it quick time, and we're not stopping anytime soon. But me and that pretty face going to run you through all the wrestling action and plus all the buzz and news going on in the wrestling world. It seems like it doesn't stop. But I will remind you, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and like you said it, and we were talking about it before the pre-show, my guy, if there's just so much going on, I got to bust out the Cody line here. Pause. So what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about? Well, let's start with some of the positive stuff and some of the exciting stuff. Tonight's card stacked. 2 Money in the Bank qualifying triple threats. But little caveat that I think a lot of us have been talking about, and then it kind of got thrown in the mix today. We know Punk's going to be in Chicago, got special permission to be there tonight. Will we get a Drew McIntyre sighting? We can talk about that. But Pat McAfee show gets hijacked by apparently nobody, according to Pat. And then he was called a liar. So we all kind of get the vibe that they're throwing at us. I love what they're doing. And then you have Nick Aldis saying, that's never going to happen on my show. I got extra security. Red flag on the field, Nick.
Which 100% means it's going to happen on your show, and if not, tenfold.
Yeah. So, yeah, very intriguing. I think right now, almost 80% of the people in the chat are thinking that we are going to get a Wyatt family, a Wyatt 6 sighting tonight. But yeah, the minute they put that video, it was like, flag on the field. What are we doing? How did we get here? So I like it. It's all, again, not directly coming out and saying shit, just hinting at shit.
Right, but I do also like that this has become all-encompassing. Like, you have to respond to this now, of this whole event happening, to where it's now getting involved, like you said, with Pat's show, to where, for those who don't know, Thursday's show ended, Pat's show on YouTube and ESPN ended in a power outage that very much seemed reminiscent, and some people even said had the same sounds of when Wyatt showed up.
Yeah.
And then he kicked off today's show, or at least mentioned it in today's show, that what happened yesterday on Thursday was not because of the Wyatt. And then at one point it popped up with a glitch saying, you lied.
Yeah. So I love it. I like it. This is why you have people like Paul, Logan Paul, and you have Pat McAfee, and you bring in Sexy Red for what it's worth, on a lesser scale. This is why you bring these people in, for this kind of buzz.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think it's pretty much confirmed now that we're going to see them show up, and it's going to be another carryover. Now, is there somebody specifically on SmackDown that they go after, or is it just chaos again?
I don't know. See, I saw earlier somebody, and I didn't read the list extensively. So, but there was like a proposed list of targets. Mm-hmm. So we'll see if that plays true. I'm still not quite sure why Chad Gable was targeted. I'm not really sure how that.
Because he doesn't say thank you anymore. He's not polite.
Well, was it you that you mentioned the theory that it's people that have turned on their families, or that
Yeah, that's why with like the Braun one or whoever that was supposed to be, I know they were all extras at this point, but the Braun simulation there doesn't fully make sense. Maybe just because of the connection with Bray, but like how it looked like it was Gunther there. It looked like it was Carmelo Hayes there. Gunther's recently kicked out Giovanni. Carmelo turned his back on Trick. So there's very much been a lot of, you turned your back on your family. Those people trusted you, da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, big theme. Like, this is our new family, and they've all come from broken places. So that's tie-in, I suppose. I like it, though. And I mean, the fact that they're using, we talked about it. They use WhatsApp. They use Twitch. They've used multiple different ways to get us into this. Very few people had a viable reason to dislike what happened on Monday. And the fact that, throughout the week, we're getting little teasers. We're getting things that are buzzworthy, click-worthy. And you see how many clicks they're getting. So good on them for it. And again, it's another reason to be excited about tonight. And going into a SmackDown, I'm really excited for this one. I want to know all the answers to all the questions.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I think we can definitively say the answer to one question is we're most likely getting Drew McIntyre as well. I feel like that's pretty safe to say. It's been enough of CM Punk getting one over on Drew that Drew needs to get his kind of payback. He needs to get his pound of flesh back.
Yeah, I think Drew, it's his turn to leave. I mean, again, we've seen a little bit of blood in the WWE lately. And I think that would be, if you could pull that off tonight, like if Drew could just lay Punk out in a puddly mess.
Somebody going to get hurt real bad.
Right? Or there was another theory floating around, kind of akin to a theory that you once had, being that he just quit. Could it be very much like a Jey Uso situation of Pierce trades Drew McIntyre to SmackDown at some point for somebody?
Really?
Now, you got to play out the Punk thing, so I don't see that happening at least right away.
Right. See, that's not where I thought you were going to go with it. I thought with going with the I quit spot and everything that you might have had him. He buys a ticket. He's front row.
Yeah.
He's going to be there and just kind of looming potentially. Like playing the mind games like Punk has done to where he shows up. Like it was one of the Raws recently to where he shows up, he's in the ring, and by the time Drew gets out there, he's up in the fucking press box or vice versa.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Preferably, I think in my mind, we just get an absolute haymaker of a Claymore out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
He lays the absolute boots to him, puts him through a table, do all the things. Like literally lay a beating on him where his hometown crowd is just losing their mind.
And especially if this is where he announces that he's back and he's healthy, and then you just lay waste to him. Just fuck that. Sit back. You sit your ass back on the bench.
Right. Absolutely. Now, folks, I see the chat filling up. I see that we're approaching 70 people in the chat. Oh, 75 almost.
We are 80, 85, 90, 99, 100, 100, triple, 333.
Let's go. We want triple digits in that chat. Don't be quiet. Don't be shy. Say hello. We are the Wrestling Utopia. We are the alternative commentary to all the wrestling. We will be here live all through SmackDown as well as Rampage. And then we're back at it tomorrow for more fun stuff. Then all next week heading to Forbidden Door. It doesn't stop. And with all this stuff, click that little bell. You never know when we're going to pop on just to talk about the latest and newest and breaking stories that are going on in wrestling.
It's getting crazy out here, people. It's running sideways.
Now, do we want to transition to, I guess, the hot topic of the day coming out of the reports of the ratings? I see it in the chat here early.
Well, here, run through some of the names in the chat.
Let's say hello to some of the people, and then we'll come back to it. Yeah. Damien, I see you. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. The leader of the Hopium tribe. Charles in the house. How you doing? How you doing? Roddy, Kevin, AD, and AZ, the prediction champion. Larry Mack, good to see you. Eric Isaac, welcome back. Welcome back. DK, how you doing? What's up, Safid, Greg, Roddy, Byron, Swimmy, Swami, Mr. Golf, Boston back with us. Ooh, Wyatt 6 will be there tonight, confirmed by all this, 100%. That was huge, right? Like, come on now.
Oh, yeah. Well, and like I said, I think that's the best thing for this is that because there was that bit of people that were impatient of just let me know when we get off the ride here. Now that they're giving you everything, we're here, we're on Raw, we're on Pat's show, we're on in Twitter, we're over here, we're probably going to show up on SmackDown. Now you can't avoid it.
Yeah, and I think what's fun about it is there's still a whole lot of questions. Like, we don't necessarily know, wink, wink, that they're going to be there tonight. So we don't quite know. We never expect them to mess around with Pat's show separate from the wrestling. So that's kind of fun and cool. Then we still don't know all of the story. We still don't know, is this the Wyatt 6 as far as 5 members and Bray gets an honorary spot, so he's 6? Is Alexa involved? Was she in the background the other night when they were talking about the lady or the figure that was in the background of everybody in the fog? There's so much to find out, and we got the clues, but how did we all come together? What are your plans now? What are you going to do?
There's so much to unpack with this. That's why I think we both said of that. It's going to be a while before we get an actual match, I think, from anybody in this group. It's going to be a lot of unpacking of explaining the story now and what they're about and why they're here and who's who and this and that.
Right. Shay, good to see you. Kevin, got you. Hope you're doing well, sir. Eric, good to see you as well. Who else we got? Denisha in the house. Vance is with us. Richard, as always. Swear to God, Richard, me and you are going to have a fight. AGH3, how you doing? How you doing? Christian back in the house. Always a pleasure. Rick's with us. Stoner Jesus, may the blood be with you.
All right. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Right. Rick hoping that Drew beats Punk's ass. I'm kind of cheering for it now. Like, now that I got what I wanted out of the circumstance, now it's time. Drew needs a little bit of a comeuppance. Again, you can't always be the patsy. You can't always play the fool.
Yeah, it's gotten to now he's cost him twice big time to where he's that fed up with everything. Like, you push this man to his breaking point now.
Right. No, 100%. Good evening, Anthony. How you doing? How you doing? Welcome back. Daniel's in the house. Capone, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Dale OG in the house. Gigi Dolan is out for, poor lady. Ooh. She's had some bad luck, but maybe, I hate to say it, but maybe this little reprieve, nobody wishes injury on anybody, but maybe this gives her a chance to kind of come back.
Hit the reset button, the refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's needed. That was very much needed because she was lost in the shuffle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not the way you want to go about it, but she's young, she's strong. They'll rehab her. She'll come back looking like AJ Styles, and she'll be good. So, yeah, no, absolutely. Anthony, got you. Byron, that's a long one.
Well, did we want to talk about that? I heard Fatu will be there tonight. That's what we can talk about. It was right there.
Oh, there you go, Anthony.
Anthony, sorry.
Yeah, we can bounce this. Now, a lot of rumors. The big thing coming out of this, Nick, is Caesar Fatu. Now we know
Caesar Sikoa was trademarked by WWE.
Sorry, did I say Fatu?
Yes, you did, because that's a way cooler name. Anything with Fatu as a last name is way better than Sikoa, respectfully.
Right? I'm okay with that. Caesar Sikoa. Now there's a lot of theory on this. Is it Jacob Fatu who's going to be Caesar Sikoa? Which would confuse everybody. Is it Zilla Fatu that is Caesar? Is it Solo that's now becoming Caesar? I liked your take on it.
Which one of these three would you like to take home as your lucky?
Number three.
Choose number 3, my lord. Number 3.
If you like pina coladas. Already 94.
You do with this, you do it to where Solo goes on an absolute power trip. He, fucking Planet of the Apes, I am Caesar, and just goes completely, I'm in control of everything now. Maybe even if you don't have Dwayne involved as being the bloodline or the tribal chief, that Solo just hijacked everything.
The buck stops with Solo.
Sick of your shit. He goes full Suge Knight, and I'm Caesar Sikoa now. Because if you do that with Jacob Fatu, you change the name of Jacob Fatu. Boo. Boo.
Right. I'll depend. All depend on what they think.
Zilla isn't a bad shout because
nobody
he does kind of look like Solo a little bit. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it was no different. You bring in Solo Sikoa and he looks just like his brothers, and you're like, wait a minute. Like, this is our brother. We're like, did you have a different father? What happened here? Like, what is the story? Like, why are everyone's different? Like, I'm still struggling with the Tongas being like Tongaloa and Tamatonga. Like, why is one of you backwards? Yeah, I mean, do I think we're gonna get Jacob tonight? I don't know if we're there yet, but I think this is what's gonna happen. We're getting a 6-man tag at Money in the Bank. The 3 on the right of Punk against the 3 on the left of Punk below us.
Fair
That
enough.
I think they're setting up that 6-man tag at Money in the Bank, and Money in the Bank is where we get whoever we're going to get, because the odds are even. So now we got to split the odds.
Travel restrictions. Travel restrictions.
It's Canada. We'll let him in.
I think that's the one place he's not allowed to go. Like definitively not allowed to go.
Well, he didn't.
Like
show
they said, no.
Right? Oh, maybe.
Well, and it's still long story short of I think everybody's planning. I think we're setting up Cody versus Solo probably at SummerSlam. So you probably need to introduce Jacob beforehand, especially if you're going to do Roman at SummerSlam. And it's when, but I think it's either before Money in the Bank. If you can do going to Canada, great, fantastic. You do probably the SmackDown, or you do it at Money in the Bank.
Yep.
If you do it past that, I'm okay with that too. You've still got a bit of time before SummerSlam.
Yeah, it will be very intriguing. And I mean, there's still a lot of question marks to be figured out as far as, who goes where. I mean, is it going to be Cody and The Rock? Is it going to be Cody and Roman? Is it going to be Cody and Solo? Will it be Cody and Randy? There's a lot of question marks.
But every option is a good option. That's the thing, is it's still at this point, it is a wealth of riches.
Absolutely. Absolutely. By the way, quick side note, Chad Gable was removed from the triple threat. That's another factor. So very interesting.
They're selling it at least.
Yeah, no one's confirmed if he's alive or dead.
Well, to a lot of people are already having, eulogies and ceremonies and everything like that for him. I'm just glad that they didn't do it. Like, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine to where it was kind of, a Tiffany epiphany that popped up there.
Right. Yeah, fair enough. Bash 8, good to see you. Byron, good to see you. And I agree. I'm not going to read all that, but SummerSlam is shaping up nicely. If they keep cooking like this, Money in the Bank's going to be fun. There's a lot going on. 2 ladder matches. We're going to figure out who's in it. But there's a lot of intrigue going into this one, especially now that you got Seth Damien added to it. We're not sure who Cody's going to fight, but we assume he's going to be on the card somewhere. SummerSlam, Money in the Bank looks like they're cooking, which it might not be the same for everybody.
Do you think that we still get a Gunther Randy Orton match to decide who faces for the world title? I think we kind of need that now.
We might get that, yeah. And I think if anything else, it'll be like a TV match kind of thing. Like, it won't be saved. I think it'll be something like that. Maybe
you do that at Money in the Bank.
Maybe, unless Randy is involved in the 6-man. So.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. So I forgot about you doing the 6-man there. Yeah. Fair enough. Well, I think you have Kevin Owens involved in that, and he's in a qualifying match tonight, and I feel he's going to win his qualifying match.
That'd be very intriguing. Then that would change the whole narrative of the idea of the 6-man, right? So you're not wrong. It'll be very interesting to see if he gets in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear the nonsense about Ryback versus Goldberg in Vegas? Yeah, I mean, this has been rumored for a long time. It's 2 guys that nobody wants to see wrestle, trying to wrestle.
They just sit there and do the Spider-Man meme for 5 minutes. I am you, you are me.
Oh, fuck. How did they figure that one out? Matthew Childs, good to see you. Got Byron, TJ, Matthew, got you again. RM girl, how you doing? Is Solo. So I guess she's thinking, or is Solo is
Caesar. Caesar is Solo. Solo is Caesar.
Rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. Yeah, T's and P's.
Yeah.
Denisha, got you. Welcome back. Chris Arcane, he believes. We all believe. Are we believing? Are we believing in Joe Hendry? What is happening?
At least we're not leaving. That's the good thing. At least we're not leaving.
Right? Does JH's face look like CM Punk? I don't think so.
Some people have said that of Joe Hendry looks like CM Punk if he actually slept.
96 likes already. Love it. If you're watching right now and you haven't hit like, do so. We're up over 80 in the pre-show. Still 10 minutes to go. Be a friend, tell a friend, take this link, share it with your people. Let's see how many people we can get in this chat here tonight. Tonight, Punk gets beat down. AJ Lee ringside.
No.
Roddy going big. J-Boy, good to see you.
That would fit though, because he actually, that's not a bad shout, because you go back to WrestleMania and Drew's wife was right in the front row and everything.
Ooh, touche. I like it.
Tabernacle.
Tabernacle, motherfucker.
It's been a while since we've had a tabernacle.
Right? Bloodline is best without Roman. I disagree.
No.
And that's why people are chanting, we want Roman. Yeah, I can't agree with that at all, Nick.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. If Paul Heyman even wants Roman back.
Right. Florida does not win tonight. You know what? I really don't want them to. And I put the Canadian hockey team aside in this.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the story itself is fun. Is the fact that a team's actually coming back from a 3-0 deficit, right? It's never like it hasn't happened since 1942. Like it is not something that I think it's happened twice in basketball, twice in baseball. Like it doesn't happen. So the fact that a team could push a seventh game when they were down 3-0, I think I'm all for it.
I like that this helps birth the legend of McDavid of 100%. If he does this and has just some of the nastiest goals that he's had throughout this playoffs and everything, and against the fucking evil empire of the Florida Panthers, which is weird to say that Florida's like been a stacked team for a minute. But yeah, I'm with you there. I'm switching sides here.
Well, I mean, the thing is, like right now, there's talks about McDavid getting Finals MVP or playoff MVP. The Conn Smythe, even if they lose, like that's
so it's LeBron and the Cavs versus the Warriors, to where literally that man was so fucking dominant that even if they lost the series, they were talking about giving him the MVP.
100%. Alexis, good to see you. Lady B, always a pleasure. Interested in an alleged Caesar Sikoa trademark filed. Yes. So has Tala Tonga. So we haven't seen either one of those two yet.
That's just for when they open WWE New York again and they can have a Caesar salad, and it's the Caesar Sikoa
salad. Chad not dead yet. Maybe a non-fatal head wound. Again, they made it look completely like someone had put a fucking nail gun to his...
It looked like they signed Arn Anderson and he just needed to pull out the Glock.
Right. This is the first Smackdown in a while that's been stacked. Fair enough. We've been talking a lot lately that Raw might have been the more entertaining of the two shows over the last little while here. So it's looking really good tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've been kind of saying that Raw is starting to become the better of the two shows, when before SmackDown was head and shoulders, knees and toes above it.
Say his name as he appears. Well, we keep saying his name. Maybe he'll show up here.
Right. Just rate us. Pause. He said any show, anytime, anywhere. So, I mean, you never know.
It's sold out. 14,000 tonight. Yeah. The Allstate Arena is packed.
Yeah. You tell them Philip Seymour Brooks is going to be on there, and they're going to show up and show out.
That guy, good to see you. Good to see you. I'll get back to that in a second, but that's funny.
Hawk Tua.
That girl went viral so quick.
Bro, AJ Hawk and Tua Tagovailoa now have to run for president and vice president in the United States, because that's just how American politics fucking work around here.
Right. We them boys. What's up? Hey, guys, what's ready for some wrestling? Always ready. Folks, we are getting there. We are about 7 minutes away from the start of the show, and it's going to be an interesting one. Punk is going to open the show tonight. There's howdy teases. There's extra security. There's Money in the Bank qualifiers. There's maybe a Drew McIntyre sighting. There's so much to figure out with this show tonight. I'm really looking forward to it.
I'm going to steal that, because that's fucking great. You get a star for that. The new Bloodline member is Hawk Tua.
Oh, fucking hilarious.
I'm literally about to tweet this out. Talk to the people. That's a great fucking joke.
Right. WWE is going to be awesome this summer. It's cooking, Joseph. Welcome. As we hit 99. Oh, no, we hit 91. Son of a bitch. WWE is going to be awesome this summer. Spaz, welcome back. Congrats on the milestone, guys. I've been in the YWC for a long time, and I see other people succeed, and huge is a huge motivator. Welcome any and all of your community in the little corner as well. Keep killing it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Remember, folks, super chat's your way to guarantee you get clicked on. We try and click on as many comments as we can. It's getting busier by the day, so use that super chat to stand out. Don't forget, we got the memberships and the super stickers as well. The memberships, we got members-only streams that were popping up, plus all the other perks that come along with being a member at a very low price.
at a low price of $2.99, folks.
Is it $2.99? I forgot.
And it's 100% up to something season never sleeps. Often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated.
I heard they sold out Cleveland. I heard they were really, really close if they haven't done it already. So yeah, they're
Which
moving.
is crazy though that we're at a point, and I guess we can come back around to what we were initially going to talk about here. Is we got about 5 minutes before the show kicks off, of how WWE's at a point that right now they just need to tell you they're going to be there, and they'll sell out before they get there. You don't even know what the fuck's going to be on the card. Sell out.
Right.
Meanwhile, certain other three-lettered company might be having some different issues.
Bendy letting everybody know 502 was the rating last night for Dynamite. We were here live for Dynamite last night. The chat was overwhelmingly disappointed. I was overwhelmingly disappointed. And again, people can twist the narrative all they want, Nick. I start every Wednesday optimistic. I got all the hopium. The vitamins are flowing. I'm feeling good. And it's up to the show to deliver. And last night was such a hodgepodge, scrambled egg mess. Nothing makes sense. Nothing fits together. We're getting matches nobody gives a flying fuck about. Forbidden Doors build has sucked. Tony thinks Forbidden Door is going to be one of the best shows they ever did. Shocker, because that's what he thinks about every single show. It wasn't good. Now, your ratings were 502, worst in history. And NXT turns around and does 728. Ouch. That's a rough week for Tony and the crew. And you had MJF on the show. You had Ospreay on the show. You had Swerve on the show. What are you going to do?
Well, that's what we even talked about in like the group chat and everything. Of I even said it of what's the excuse now of what they're that's almost halfway why I want the playoffs to fucking end for the Stanley Cup and everything, because then there's really not what can you say? They tried to say fucking Juneteenth and everything, which is the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen. And you even put out there, what was it? Was there a spelling bee? What was there? You know. A dog and pony show going on that caught more eyes, or anything like that. Like, it's not. This is in no way at all like celebrating or thinking, you know, ha. This is, you know, what you get, you reap what you sow. This is like now at a point of help. Like, listen to somebody, my guy. We want you to. We like AW. We want you to be around. Mm-hmm. And this is getting now, this needs to be a wake-up call. You're 2 weeks away from Forbidden Door, your big cross-promotional pay-per-view. You're in the midst of media rights deals and everything, and you're now having the lowest rated show in your company's history, and on your premiere show, and it's been a downward trend. This needs to be a fucking wake-up call.
Well, that's what you're hoping. At what point is it rock bottom? Because again, as much as people say, well, this is just Tony's vanity project and he doesn't really care and da-da-da. Well, publicly, he's stated that he really cares, that his goal is to entertain the people. Well, less and less people are being entertained by your product. You are treating your fan base like they're stupid. Your competition is cooking. Your competition is just connecting with fucking almost everything. They ain't perfect, but they're cooking real well right now. For people out there that want to say that TNA is a third-rate brand and nobody cares, well, the injection of TNA and NXT has seemed to do really well over the last few weeks, and NXT has found themselves over 700,000. And again, if you could just want to compare it, Nick, to year over year, they're 44% down. What the fuck?
I feel like we honestly, and I don't need to try and run back the footage here, as we're probably like 30 seconds, before SmackDown kicks off here. Yeah. But I think we talked about at the start of this year how TNA was the number 2 promotion in the US and how AEW was going to be
very much you, yeah.
And now at this point, I think that's pretty much happening, if not clearly obvious.
Well, again, it's all about impact. I mean, they're selling about the same amount of tickets. Yeah, some of their shows are a little quieter, a little smaller venue, but they are playing really well to their crowd. Their audience is growing. Now you got streamers out there bragging about being able to watch TNA and shit like that. Like, it's real interesting what's happening, and it feels like growth and positivity coming out of TNA. It doesn't feel like that coming. Like every story you read about AEW seems to be somebody got hurt, or they're Kevin Kelly suing, or people are unhappy, or the ratings are. Where's the good news?
You have to, yeah. That's the thing, is you have to have it. But that's the it's so weird. Last thought is, I thought at this point there would be out of excuses, out of reasonings
Never out of
to justify low ratings, but never counter shyster out here.
All right, ladies.
Stop and shop.
Speaking of good news, the show is kicking off. I got Forever on my screen, Nick. Me and Nick are going to sync up. We're going to dial in. I have Forever on my screen if you want to do the same and pause your shit to match up. But we are going live, not just for SmackDown, also for Rampage. Keep that chat going. Let's keep this in triple digits. And
Forever.
Numbers up. And Nick's got Forever, so we're rolling.
We are together.
Together. Yes.
As we got 103 people watching with us, 100%.
And over 100 likes.
Let's go. Geekbox, shout out to homie. It's the Wrestling Boys at it again. Hope you're both good. Congrats on the 5K. Incredibly well earned. Here's to 10K before you know it. Well, shout out to you too, homie, because I know he just reached 5K as well. So absolutely.
Yeah,
well,
congratulations.
This is going to be a long and fruitful friendship, my guy, I feel.
And right now we are getting a replay to start the show of Drew McIntyre's match with Damian Priest at Clash.
We're 100%. CM Punk is more at risk here in Chicago than he was in Scotland.
Well, I think so. But I just quickly want to say huge thank you to everybody out there. Congratulations, Geekbox, on 5K. But I saw a lot of congratulations in the chat, and maybe we didn't click or acknowledge all of them. But just want to say, if you are listening right now or ever hear this, we appreciate you tuning in even for a second. We're just two diehard wrestling fans that love shooting the shit. We greatly, greatly appreciate the support, the love. I know some of you guys are here on the regular, nonstop, and we appreciate all of our fans. We love watching this grow, and we can't wait to hit 10K and get our tattoos.
Oh, God. Yeah, 100%. Every now and then that you say that, even though I'm itching for a tattoo, I'm like, oh, fuck. That's coming, going to be a possibility here.
I'm close. It's coming soon.
Are you going to have space? Pause for one.
Mm-hmm. I'm running out, but
I don't want to know where you're going to put it.
All right, there you go. Hawk Tui.
Well, I saw Lady B ask that was Hawk Tui though a Tongan.
Right?
So good.
NXT, welcome Nixie. NXT and TNA, both best for business. That's it. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. If we can work together to enhance everybody, then we're going to do it.
Right?
But we are kicking off the show, and I imagine we're about to get
something here.
We're going to get Punk.
We're just getting Punk chance right now. Yeah.
That would have been cool.
You have to.
If that's where we got the lights out, the show instantly goes out right at the beginning.
Oh, I thought that could have been that was a possibility. That thought in my head. Trust me, you had people, even Brahma saying Wyatt 6. Odds, what up? Yeah, you had a couple people saying, "Oh, we're gonna get the Wyatt 6 right now."
Yeah, this guy's not over. This guy's not a drop. Did you see the clip of him fucking around with the cameraman?
No.
Clash for the Castle. He's going back to the ring. He's going back to the backstage, and Damian's walking out, and he's behind the cameraman pretending and like he's playing with the cord. Like, the man is just having fun. Like, the furthest thing from what people describe him as in certain places.
What is pro wrestling in 2024 that you're seeing CM Punk on WWE television regularly and just having a ball?
Having a time, my guy. Having a time.
If you would have had a Coleman, I can't remember what year it was. We'll just say in 2012. Christ, you could even say fucking 4 years ago, what have you.
Yep.
And said, they wake up right now. They would have said, what is life? We've got TNA and NXT working together. We've got CM Punk and WWE. Getting dogs and cats are getting, dancing together.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Dale, seeing a lot of signs in the crowd. The WWE is encouraging signs.
They want to go back to that Attitude Era vibe to where literally it's a ticker tape parade of fucking signs and everything.
Boston, what if Roxanne Perez goes to TNA Jordan Grace? Well, Kevin, I'm not Boston, but it's possible, Nick.
Right?
I'm not sure, but I think you got to remember the TNA I mean, it works both ways, but generally the bigger platform is the WWE product. So having Jordan Grace show up on your product helps. The big thing I'm excited for is what's next with Joe Hendry. The Ray, the Ray,
The rewind.
remix. The opinions have been in, and everybody is raving about him. There we go. And again, he's talking about how many clicks he's gotten, and it's awesome.
The man had more clicks, or had the most clicks since WrestleMania. Now let's see if we can at least get, number 2, number 3 around him here. Let's see if we can get those. But yeah, he had the most clicks, most likes, most upvotes, what have you, everything since WrestleMania, which is fucking impressive when you don't work for that company.
Considering how much has happened in addition.
Right.
He's medically cleared. I think so. Or close.
I think he's got to be announcing it. I feel that's why you have him here. Well, I mean, outside of he's in Chicago, but yeah.
The only reason, and maybe I'm wrong, but I wondered if they were going to delay it a little bit longer, so it's SummerSlam, not Money in the Bank.
Well, no, I think you could still have him say that he's cleared, and then you have Drew just come up, and that puts him out till SummerSlam.
I don't know. We could see him Punk and Drew at Money in the Bank. I might have to go straight up.
Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me.
I'll just put a body cam on her. If
just the body cam footage.
Just sitting there.
Whoa. Jesus, I'm so glad I found you guys. Now, who out there can say that Jesus is out there saying he's glad he found you instead of you found Jesus?
Right.
The best community in wrestling right here. Congratulations on 5K, guys. Appreciate you. We're biblically best out here. We're the holiest channel out there.
Jesus loves us. You should too.
That's so fucking. We need that on a shirt.
Punk's got a mic, folks. What's it gonna mean? We got 124. Let's get to 150. Let's go.
Right. What are we here now? 130, 130, 135, 140, 140.
Thank you so much, Geekbox. We appreciate it. Be like Geekbox. Do all the things.
Right, Christ. We got all the things to talk about, and we got all the things for you to click on, merch, everything. We got Twitters, Instagrams, Discords, everything.
Crowd is lit.
In front. Now he's talking about pressure. Promising to leave champion in front of your hometown people is pressure. Now, I believe one Philip Seymour Brooks did that in a certain other 3-lettered company.
Right.
I wonder if I can handle the pressure.
The only time Punk doesn't have a mic, he screws Drew. Pretty much. He's either talking shit or causing shit. That's kind of the way to do it. That also should be on a t-shirt. Talking shit or causing shit. One of the two.
There you go.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Oh, well, so he's talking about Money in the Bank. Okay.
Yeah. No. Man, you say what you want. Pressure. Like Mussolini.
Under pressure.
Right. Without AEW, WWE doesn't get CM Punk. WWE way just to screw AEW. Part of that's kind of true. It was probably because of AEW we got Punk back into wrestling, which made Punk clearly viable. It proved that Punk was still a draw. But WWE getting Punk wasn't just to screw AEW. It was best for business, and AEW dropped the ball huge.
Well, that's still, I think, though, that goes not without saying that that's part of why when you see 502,000 ratings for AEW Dynamite, you want them to right the ship and everything because they're a vital part of the ecosystem that is pro wrestling in 2024.
Yeah, one of the best wrestling moments of my life was his return, his original return in Chicago. Again, you do $1 million, no problem with him in the building, and it was unbelievable, dude. I watched that so many times. And I just want AEW to find some lightning in a bottle, some energy, make it make sense. Like you have people in segment 1 arguing, and then you got part of that segment arguing with people in segment 4, and the other part arguing with people in segment 6, and none of it makes sense. A lot of it is like you look at the Forbidden Door card. There's not a lot of matches outside of maybe Swerve and Ospreay that has any type of build, or that you really clamoring to see Hitchichero and fucking MJF or Mox and Naito. Like, I'm not.
No. Sorry. I'm still
Drew McIntyre quit.
Is Punk still one of the best talkers on the mic right now in pro wrestling?
100%. He's dialed in, and he plays the crowd so well. And even you saw it when he was in Scotland. He went heel. He dug in and had an attitude. Now he's in Chicago. He's pure babyface again.
I think you can tell when Punk's actually motivated behind something, or when he's just fucking phoning it in.
Well, that's something that I think is. Oh, ladies and gentlemen!
Hey, I was wondering, are we going to get the connection? We're going to see Paul Heyman and CM Punk in the same segment at the same damn time.
That's hilarious. You mentioned this yesterday.
Facts. Been the first time that they've been on the same show at the same damn time.
They had a little moment once upon a time, but
as we're getting a gigantic EC dub champ.
Holy shit.
Name is Paul Heyman.
Speaking of the crowd eating out of the palm of your hand, y'all find me another wrestling show that has this much. Like, the crowd is responding to everything Punk says. The crowd is responding to everything Paul says. They are there. They are vocal. They are into it.
It's hot as balls outside. Hey, and he's getting over Punk. Of CM Punk opens the show. It's hot as balls in the Allstate Arena.
CM Punk and Heyman, let's go, folks.
That man right there sat next to my children as I got inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, is this where you get the bloodline involved? Because why?
But it's
you gonna allow Heyman out here just bigging up CM Punk?
I don't know. It's provocative.
Punk even looks confused by all of this.
Yeah, Punk's like, what is happening? Punk is a Heyman guy. Someone
is he just? I need a friend. Help me. Save me from Solo. I need a friend.
We want Roman.
And it's still, even with Heyman with this, you can see him, the eyes water. You have no idea how much I wish that too.
Yeah. I love this man. I absolutely love him, dude. He's the best.
I hope to grow up to be 1/10 of the fucking performer and the man that Paul Heyman is.
He's so good. Back to Punk chants. The crowd is live, folks.
This is the way you. And they're hugging. They're hugging.
We're getting some Punk loving.
Oh, in 2024, my heart is full of. We have CM Punk.
The tears,
Paul
bro.
Heyman hugging it out in the middle of Chicago on Friday Night Smackdown.
The tears, bro. The tears, my guy. What is happening?
Sorry, I needed that. I feel like we all need a smoke break after that.
He's a fucking.
Paul didn't even it was with the boss. Hey, minutes ago.
8 matches so far for Forbidden Door, so about 6 to go.
Who's your what?
There's 8 matches for Forbidden Door so far. This promo code is cooking.
Keep it low.
CM Punk and Drew McIntyre are channeling. What do you say? Oh, Solo.
Now we're talking about Solo, and that's where instantly the crowd boos, and you even see Heyman just kind of like he's disgusted. It feels he even has to say this.
Oh yeah, it's just like it's so hard for the words to come out of his mouth.
literally having to it seems like bile, like he has to vomit the words out.
Right.
I came out here to do you a favor. Is he telling him pretty much just run?
There's a CM.
Any day you're gonna get medically cleared. Hey, and he gets him over. Any day you're gonna get medically cleared, and they're gonna step into the ring and learn that they're in the ring with the best pro wrestler walking today.
Interesting. This is wicked. I can't get the smile off my face. I'm like a kid.
He's talking about the extra security for the Wyatts. I have a bunch of rogue
Samoans. Paul's like the fucking stepdad that doesn't know what to do with his life right
now. But he's like kind of warning him of like, my guy, I know you're great, but like you're walking into a war zone. Get the hell out of here right now.
Interesting. Man, the crowd, everything. We want Roman. They hugging it out and big hug. Cry me a river, Heyman. He will.
He will.
What's up, Beef Squash? This is awesome. Glad I stayed in. I'm glad you joined us.
All right.
What's up, AJ? AB?
Because of Solo and some Tongans in Chicago?
Best crowd in the country, says MDB.
Well, he's from Chicago, so he's
that makes sense. That makes sense. What are they chanting? And we got Solo!
I feel like you Solo, as now here comes Solo. As CM Punk's even like showing up to protect Heyman here. I literally, we talked about this on Thursday. I was like, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be this interesting interaction of Heyman's almost held against his will.
WWE fans in January were sick of Roman Reigns.
Why is this man wearing a velour shirt?
That's how he rolls. Fans now want. That's how you do it. That's how good booking works, Joe. That's how you do it so well. They were tired of him. A lot of us were tired of. He had the belt for so long. We were dying for someone to beat him,
bro.
And they turned him babyface at home.
Yeah, I believe that's some of the best booking that they've done. Yeah. And 100%, they are hating.
You see the CMLL dude? The Luchas?
The Luchas. They've got the AW. They're going to be on Forbidden Door.
What a weird shot. If someone could get a picture of like the Samoans, and then right behind them, there's the Luchas, and there's a guy with the I Believe in Joe Hendry.
I still think it's weird with Solo out here with like the crushed velvet fucking t-shirt on. Like, who owns that?
Pimped out, bro.
This is one of the hottest ways that they've started off at SmackDown in a hot minute.
Oh, Paul, what's the favorite?
And I know Chicago's the biggest part of it. Take me with you.
Ah! No way!
The man's he's fearing for his life. And he's the welling up of just, please help me.
Take me with you. Leave now and take me with you. As we get chance in the building.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, we are coming out of the gate hotter than we've come out of a lot of gates in a long time. We are fucking boiling.
I acknowledge, says CM Punk.
Punk for Solo.
The fact that I don't see the Bloodline standing in front of me, I see a bunch of fake ass Usos. And a phony cosplay tribal chief. You're a big phony.
You're dead.
A big phony.
Punk, run! Run, Punk! But
he's taking off the shirt. He's ready to go.
I hear voices in my head. Come on.
I'm waiting,
So Punk's cleared.
Oh, yeah, has to be. Cody
with the bat!
This is getting very...
And the crowd goes insane! Let's fucking
This could
go.
be what you were saying of we're getting, maybe even you slide a couple people around, but you could get Punk, Cody, and to be determined versus Solo and the Tongans at Money in the Bank. You've asked yourself the head of the table. You damn right. Why?
I've already beaten one head of the table. I love it.
We settle this here. We settle this tonight. You're on. He said you're on. So
Solo Cody tonight. We might get Jacob. We might get Jacob.
Yeah. Now you're setting up for if it's going to happen. There's going to be somebody, unless it's.
But what happens to Paul now? Because Paul just publicly, basically said, "Get me away from these motherfuckers."
I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's kind of an indentured servant.
I was waiting for KO and Randy. We got Cody.
I'm still waiting for where's Drew going to get involved in all of this?
We got 2 hours at the end of this.
Well, that could be the end of this and everything like that. To where say CM Punk comes out to help, Cody, what have you. Drew's just fuck you.
Well, what they have us doing right now is we're guessing. Like even at the beginning of the show, we're waiting for Punk's music to start. And we're like, what if it's Howdy? Like then we're like, we see the run in. Oh, now it's Solo. We weren't expecting Paul. It's just like everything's kind of surprise, motherfucker. Like everything is coming out of left field because of the way they're setting everything up. Like we're waiting for Drew. There's Cody. We're waiting for KO and Randy. Nope, it's someone else. Like, what the hell? What a start to the show.
Oh, absolutely. That's 100% the way you start off a show. As there's too much plaid on this commentary team.
Yeah, they're platted up.
It looks like I'm looking at a carpet section at like Home Depot or Lowe's.
We got Belair.
Right.
Great opening. 100% Jacob is coming. Holy crab. Now we are.
Holy crap, he's a crapple. As Jade now talking to Bianca backstage. So they explain of how they're due a rematch because they weren't even pinned. So they're giving them an out.
But they feel uncomfortable with each other.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, because even I don't know if it was shoot or kayfabe, but even after the match at Clash, you saw the video going around to where Bianca's telling Jay to keep her head up and everything.
Yeah.
So.
Here comes Belair. So we get a triple threat up next, folks. If you don't know, we take a prediction on every single match. We take a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. Make sure you get in that chat. Stick around all the way to the end. We want to know what everybody thinks about the shows. And we are not going anywhere because we also have Rampage tonight. But, Mia Yim, Mission, Belair, and Green up next.
Right.
So we're off and running, Nick.
Absolutely. I think that's one hell of a way to start off the show here.
Right.
Now, do we think Jacob shows up tonight? Still with all of that, do we think we get a Jacob?
There's something going to happen tonight. I mean, maybe, again, I think it's going to tie into Punk, and Punk's still going to get Claymored in this show, because I think that might be how you end it. So we might not get a surprise Samoan. It might be Drew, but it could be a surprise Samoan.
There's the potential.
It could be Jacob. It could be Hakaleu. It could be both. It could be Lance. It could be all three of them. We don't fucking know, man. That's the good stuff. We are on commercial break, but Nick, that's what I'm dying right now about is it's all possible. It's all possible.
We still don't even know if say just Howdy ends the show of just fuck everybody.
Howdy. Right? For all I know, Joe Hendry going to show up. I have no idea.
What is pro wrestling? What is reality?
This is good shit.
It's
Jacob attacks Solo.
To me, it's just the best delicate dance of that tightrope there of it's stuff that you keep guessing of anything could happen, but it also nothing's going to super deviate from where the story's been going, what have you. It still stays within that realm of, it's not just some out of the blue, what the fuck, just because.
No. There's a rhyme and a reason, and there's a connection and a story to all of it. That was a perfect opening. This total discounting of the Bullet Club legacy of Tama requires blood. Meh. They've
I don't
acknowledged.
think they're discounting it. I think it's just more of they're going a different way about it.
Yeah, no, and I feel like they've acknowledged that, he's somebody to be feared, somebody that came from somewhere else. We've heard a lot of Bullet Club references as of late. I think they've been a lot better about that shit.
Absolutely.
What Drew joins the Bloodline? I hope not.
No.
1-800 surprise Samoan. Dial a Samoan. How can I help you?
Right. Thank you for calling Samoan Hotline. How can I help you?
Right. Remember, there's a discount on almost Samoans if you get a Tongan or a Polynesian of any other kind.
We're running a surprise flash sale today for anyone that decides to be Caesar Sikoa.
Yeah. Damn. Great way to start the show with Punk and the Bloodline 2.0 and Heyman, as well as Cody promo. Wise also Belair for the win to go to Money in the Bank. Yeah, folks, who you taking? Who you taking? Who you taking?
Yeah.
72% of people think that we are getting the Wyatt 6 tonight.
They're done having burgers. They'll show up. I think Chelsea
awesome.
Green.
Chelsea Green. I like that.
You get one of those kind of she'll be the surprise, holy shit, they might actually do it things.
Yeah, imagine walking into a burger joint and the Wyatt 6 are just standing there. You're like, what the fuck?
We're gonna go get food elsewhere.
You're like, hey guys. Who wins? It's not Mishin.
No, she's still tied up in NXT. Bianca tag team, maybe the former world champ, everything still maybe, but I'm gonna go Chelsea Green just because chaos.
I'm gonna go Belair just because.
Fair enough.
But Green's a good show. I don't think Mishin wins this. That would be a bit of a surprise. I got Belair. All right, super chat. Thank you so much, Scott. Drew tries to attack Punk, but the Wyatt's 6 helps Punk. Maybe.
The part is that he could actually be potentially right, and we'll just never know. But yeah, right. I don't think it's likely. I think they're just kind of chaos incarnate a little bit. But yeah, it's still interesting now. We do have to be wary that if we don't get them tonight, they never fully said it was going to happen. There wasn't something that super teased it. We just kind of perceived it. So we can't be mad if we don't get it because of a narrative we built.
Marcus Freeman in the house, apparently.
Whoo!
Notre Dame is coach.
Oh, I sound like a terrible Notre Dame fan right now because I just said who to that. Right. So we're getting Cody versus Solo tonight. Friday night.
Yeah, no, I could see Punk coming out to try and help Cody with something that's going down, and all hell break loose from there. It'd be really crazy if it was like if Drew shows up and we're all like, oh my god, Drew, and then as that's happening, more show up, more chaos gets caused.
Hey, well, as we've got Randy and Kevin Owens, and they've got the unified shirts on here, so I guess that's the new tag team.
Solo's not ready.
So he's saying that
he's good to go.
We don't need you.
I love it. They're foreshadowing.
This is all good. Well, and tying in the Wyatt 6 to Drew will be interesting because the kind of last QR code that we got was as Drew was walking in on Monday Night Raw.
Well, again, I think the fact that Chad Gable was a victim kind of shows that anybody can really be a victim. And even you saw my surprise on Monday in the clip of like, wait, did they go after Gorilla? Fuck, they went after Gorilla. Nobody ever goes after Gorilla.
Right. Anybody could get it, as right now
Here
Chelsea Green's just getting worked over.
Chelsea's so good, man. In West Philadelphia, born and raised. I just finished watching What Culture, lads complaining half an hour about the Wyatt 6 stuff being too unrealistic while they excuse. Hey.
You're welcome.
Right. Different
well, like Dwayne said, what can we say except you're welcome?
People are entitled to their wrong opinion. I'm good with it.
Exactly. Yeah, the one homie that's out there of like, well, why Bray would have never been okay with this? They're just using it to make money. Well, his brother's okay with it, motherfucker. So
his sister, his parents,
right?
His girl, and not only that, there was a lot of people of the outpouring of like, I got emotional with what happened on Monday.
I think we all did. It's kind of hard not to.
As all three women out to the floor. Belair punches Mishin. Why do you look surprised that you punched your opponent? I don't give a fuck if you're both baby faces. Knock it off. You're fighting.
By the way, I will remind everybody, you are, like KJ said, entitled to your wrong opinion.
Fact. Canada played really well. We're such a young nation as far as soccer goes, but 2-0 to Argentina, the world's champs. It was a really good game. Really good.
We got a tope on the outside as everybody's down as we go to commercial break. I believe
we're in commercial. Do we get a commercial counter?
Where's Curtis? We need Curtis.
Right. Just Joe going with you. Green for the upset. Let me check. Right now, 65% are saying Belair is going to take this one, folks.
Fair. I'll take that. It could be split.
She's definitely the favorite, but again, the favorite doesn't always win.
Right.
Thanks, guys. It's the Jericho bat. People are like, they got the Sting bat. No, it's the Jericho bat. It's not the Jericho bat.
I just want someone to sit there and just clip it of showing the AW ratings, and this is just me being petty, of 502,000, and then underneath it, Chris Jericho. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, 100%, right?
Like that. If that isn't the fucking clearest example of why your shit is in the fucking toilet, I don't know what is.
The worst shit on the show is the people closest to the boss. Jericho's killing the ratings. Jericho's hurting this brand. It's childish. It sucks. The Bucks are hurting the channel. Like, again, it doesn't make sense. It's tomfoolery. Some people out there, oh, wow, they went through some tables, or, oh, my God, Dustin Rhodes bled in a match that meant nothing. Yeah, I love AEW from day one, but I went off on it on Wednesday. It was a 4 out of 10. It's the worst wrestling show we watched this week, if not this month. It was fucking horrible, and the ratings are indicative of that. And I don't care what they say was happening in the world. I don't care about any of the shit that they're using as excuses. I'm sick of the excuses. You guys brought up the topic of ratings, and when it was in your favor, you were all braggadocious. Now you got to eat some shit and figure it out.
Well, and that's the biggest thing of it. It's not celebrating them being down. It's more of just, please fix your shit. Please finally let this be the fucking intervention that is needed. There's a problem. The call's coming from inside the house, Tony. You need to figure it the fuck out here.
It's like having a really good friend that keeps fucking up, and you and your boys are sitting down looking at him like, bro, come on, you can do better. Like, we're rooting for this guy. He seems like a wonderful guy, but his wrestling show sucks. Giant donkey balls right now.
Well, like I said, it's like intervention. I just need a clip of like Tony Khan doing like that one guy's like terrible cry of I always loved you. That terrible cry. And that's Tony Khan, because this needs to be a come to Jesus moment. This needs to be a wake-up call of there is a problem.
Right.
Love it or hate it, however you want to feel about it, you cannot deny at this point there is a fucking problem.
100%. But we are back from commercial break. But yeah, literally the group around like, Tony, we are here today because we love you, and we don't recognize the person you have become. We want nothing but the best for you, Tony. But we
just want you to succeed, Tony.
Yeah, we need you to step away from the booking. You're hurting us with your booking. You are hurting all of us with your booking. Enough is
I can
enough.
just imagine it being like Always Sunny of just it's all just bullshit and the most like egotistical, like Chris Jericho trying to say like you're hurting me because I'm not world champion right now, Tony.
Yeah. And everyone out there, when you see that segment take place on AEW with Jericho or whoever else, you know where you heard it first.
Right, facts.
Chelsea, the Canadian for the win. Good choice.
Yeah, so nice you didn't make it.
Yeah, funny as hell. I live in Indy. Did you hear about the Rumble Mania bids?
I've heard a brief murmuring of to where pretty much Indianapolis is just throwing their fucking hat into any big WWE show, especially because I think the tie-in with Pat. 100%. I think if they can get that.
She went out of the ring though. Oh, Chelsea's gonna steal it.
Whoa, 1, 2 go.
Wow.
But I think if they could get like a big show, like a Rumble or anything in Indy, and you get the tie-in with Pat, ESPN, like that'll be a huge thing. So I think that's part of it. And it's crazy to think that on one show, on one brand, you have companies, you have cities bidding to have their show there.
Oh, no way. Mission!
House Clash! 1, 2. Bianca breaks it up!
Belair with the save.
I thought that was all but getting locked, sealed, and delivered here.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. We don't know where the 2025 SummerSlam is yet, do we? We know when 2026 is.
Is it? Oh, yeah. What?
Minneapolis is 26,
2
right?
years out. I forgot.
Right. So, unless I'm wrong, somebody out there can correct me. But,
either way, it's either next year or the year after.
There's a lot of shows, and I mean, Rumble going to Indy, or I got no problem with Indy. And again, your tie-in makes a lot of sense.
Right. Oh,
Cody! Mission down.
Oh, but Chelsea!
No way!
Bianca! 1!
Reader, the crowd goes wild!
Hey, let's go!
She might win Money in the Bank, bro. Chelsea Green makes the crowd pop.
If I could do a Samantha Irvine impression of her announcing Chelsea Green, I would try to. But even I like that shot, though. This is still good. Just, you don't even realize it unless you're really looking for it. Of the camera angle is there to where you've got Bianca beside herself while Chelsea is celebrating. But let's go.
And you see that all the time in sport, right? You love it. Like when they like, that's what the vibe is you see it. Like we're gonna see it. We just saw it in basketball where you got the team, and then through the the players jumping up and down, there's the guys with their hands and their head in their hands because they just blew it, right? Like there's two sides to that coin, and they capture it well. And I'm loving these fucking Money in the Bank
overhead. Oh yeah.
But Io and Chelsea Green, your first 2 qualifiers for the women's Money in the Bank in Toronto.
Yeah, you got to have a Canadian on the card. I think it's obligatory. I think it's part of the right of having a show in Canada is that one Canadian has to at least be booked, as we've got B. Priestley here. I can't even remember if that's her actual WWE name, but I remember
Blair Davenport.
Blair Davenport. Yeah, no, I
as she is putting Bailey on notice as she will be participating in a
as now Solo's
shit. Dude, this is so
the shit out of Heyman.
I'm gonna smack the shit out of you, boy.
What did you mean? Take me with you.
If you grew up with the type of dad I did, you've been in that position right there.
Before you leave, I need you to make sure to tell the Tongans to make sure that Randy Orton and KO don't get involved.
Yeah,
this is the best character work we've seen from Solo. Even his eyes are bugging out of his head. Yeah. He's so good with this.
People can talk about his weekend lookalike, the wardrobe, and I get it, but I mean, he's been outstanding. Yeah, you go.
When you come back, we need to have a talk.
It's building to that moment where Solo's going to have Paul by the throat and that Roman music's gonna hit.
That might be sooner rather than later. I thought they were holding off till SummerSlam, but that might be sooner rather than later because we're fucking building to this. But that's just so like to think of if you look at the Solo Sikoa we saw in NXT that was North American Championship for a hop, skip, and a minute before they stripped the title off of him. To Solo Sikoa now to where he's Suge Knight Sikoa.
Right.
It's night and day. It's the closest transformation I could say to it would be Roman going from big dog to tribal chief.
Yeah, it's the Paul Heyman effect. It's beautiful. And it's one thing to be talented at what you do, but it's another thing to be able to bring that talent out in others. Like, he has a special gift. And, you know, even going back to his ECW days, he got the most out of people. You know, people that didn't have very much value to a lot of other companies, but we don't have Stone Cold without Paul and being able to let him loose. And there's a whole list of characters like that he had such an impact on. And now you see, Roman's career was dead in the water if it wasn't for Paul Heyman. Now look what he's mentoring Solo. It's insane.
Yeah, Roman was, I don't want to say dead in the water, but it was treading towards nowhere near the trajectory of being argued as one of the greatest of all times. It would be potentially in the lineage of like a Lex Luger, I would say, of one of those of guy that they shoved down our throat that they really pushed that kind of was the top guy, but never really got to that top guy. But yeah, we don't have the Attitude Era if it's not for Paul Heyman.
100%. 100%.
I don't know what you shitted for.
I got sidetracked by something real quick, but no, that's cool. Scott, how you doing? 1-0 Oilers. There we go. Starting off hot.
So now, if I remember correctly, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The Oilers need to win this to force a Game 7.
Yes.
Okay. Correct.
Yeah.
Let's go Oilers.
It's huge. It's crazy. And I can only imagine what the environment's like.
Either way, Alberta's going to burn to the ground, either because they're celebrating for Edmonton or because they're pissed about Calgary.
I'm hoping not. The only place that has really pulled that off was Vancouver. When Boston beat Vancouver, they ripped that city apart.
Burn it down to the ground. The Wyatt Six have shown up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada.
Right. Yeah, John, we did like the ending of Raw on Monday. I think it was exceptional. But by the way, folks, we are on a commercial break. We are rolling through. We got lots of wrestling to go. We're still here for Rampage as well after SmackDown. We got 125 people. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that little reaction button. If you have it, just hit those little hearts. Give us some love. It helps us bump up the algorithm. But we are rolling through. It's been a crazy SmackDown so far. Lots happening, including Chelsea Green qualifying for the Money in the Bank and a whole lot of other stuff. I mean, Punk's in the building. Paul.
We had the whole Punk Heyman interaction. We have now Solo confronting Heyman, absolutely. So 100%. Friday Night SmackDown is kicking off here, and we're still just waiting the first hour. So let's see if we can beat AW Dynamite's ratings. 100% tonight.
It's getting closer by the week.
Yeah, exactly. TK, come on, reach out, be a friend, tell a friend.
Right, justice for Paul Heyman. Man, I mean, they're building this shit intensely.
But does this go to even a little bit like you've hinted at of Heyman still? Mm-hmm. I have no strings. That he's really kind of the puppet master.
Yeah, like it would not shock me if Paul Heyman standing in the ring getting booed, explaining how you thought I was afraid. We baited you back. We had to get the tribal chief back so that Solo could take his throne. You bought that? You simple man.
I knew there was only one way to get you out of hiding, to get you away, to pull you back into all of this. Like fucking Thanos. He went to go and sit there and play gardener and just sit there and watch the sunrise and the sunset. Yeah. I knew that there was only one way to pull you back into this, and that was to pull at your heartstrings and to pull at your family ties. Yeah. There's still, that's the greatest part of this, there's still 4 different ways at minimum that this could go, and they all sound amazing.
Yeah, I love it. I love the option.
Absolutely. Speaking of the options, I'm going to go see what the options are here for a quick minute.
As folks, we are rolling through. We're getting a replay from the Waller effect last week where Austin Theory took all the bumps for Grayson Waller. They're setting up static between Waller and Theory. DIY going after those belts. It really feels like DIY are going to become champions and that we might be seeing the end of the douche canoes. We are in the back with Grayson Waller. It would be so silly, but how much do you want? Bet we get a zombie Chad Gable. I highly doubt it, Adam. I highly doubt it. I know you're being a little tongue-in-cheek, but I don't see it happening. Wyatt 6, take out the bloodline. That's the tricky part with this, Capone, is that I don't know. It could go that way. As DIY here to talk to Waller, but it could go that way. But I don't see it. But I didn't see Paul coming out to talk to Punk. Where's Drew McIntyre? Is Drew McIntyre around? Oh, wait. Someone's banging on the door. What is this? Jamie, I completely agree. We are cooking. Drew McIntyre's here. And Punk is in a... Drew's got Punk. Drew's got Punk. Holy shit. Drew's got Punk. Punk is a bloody mess. Oh my God. Oh my. Drew's got blood on his hands. Punk, if you can't see what I can see, DIY was arguing with Waller in front of a delivery door, a pull-down door, and it started thumping and banging. They open it. Punk is on the ground. Drew McIntyre standing over him, pissed, covered in blood, and he is literally carrying this man out to the ring. This is fucking amazing. Get the police. This show has been on fire. And Drew just slowly walking to the ring with...
I was trying to, but I got to be here for this.
Oh, and he just drops him. Dude, what a way. What a way to do this. Now, where was everybody in Gorilla? Where was security? No, but look, Punk's covered in blood.
This is what you needed.
And we were wondering, how are you going to do it? They're finding amazing ways to do shit. That was a random nothing DIY segment where you were like, perfect time to bounce. And next thing
literally,
you know,
motherfuckers, right? One time I got to take a pause is when the literal thing I've been waiting for happened.
Right? And Drew literally beating his head.
Oh, off. He's taking the little...
He's taking the bracelet. There's boos and CM Punk. That was outstanding. Yes, it's probably syrup. Get over it. It wasn't real blood and Kerry either, my friend.
Now, is it ketchup or is it catsup?
Ketchup.
Oh, look at this is out here.
Oh, they're cursing. I'll take Drew McIntyre versus Aldis. Let's go.
Oh, 100. I'm waiting for when Aldis finally actually gets in the ring.
Rob is Jordan.
One way or another. All right. They're wheeling off CM Punk, so I'm going to go wheel off here and do what I was trying to do.
If we want to be picky, they did take a little bit long. But Drew McIntyre being yelled at by Aldis, he's retreating into the back. They are carting CM Punk up. They got him neck braced. He is bleeding. Punk sold like a champ. Absolutely. Pros. And again, just when we're trying to figure it out, folks, well, will Punk be there at the end of the night to help Cody? Is Drew not going to get any revenge? And then, boom, they hit you in the face with it. And I thought that was outstanding. Next thing, the door starts rattling, and Punk is there bleeding. Let's go. Let's go. Best. I'm with you, Rocco. These two haven't even got in the ring once yet. And it is the best storyline of 2024. And this is one of the best Smackdowns of 2024. And maybe one of the best wrestling shows as far as energy goes in 2024. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just in a real good, feel-good Friday vibe. Yeah, we are on another commercial break, by the way. But man, everything is just cooking. The pace of the show is fast. Every time you blink, something important is happening. It is fucking outstanding. Drew can kiss my ass. Well, you tell him. You tell him. We're dragging this till SummerSlam as it should. 100% easy bake. That's my call. That's been the build for the whole time. I know we debated a lot about Damian and Drew and what would happen, but because, listen, I know Drew winning the belt in Scotland would have been a big deal. But remember, in the world of Fabe, that moment was big unto itself for him. But let's be real. The payoff of this feud is going to be bigger than that. It's going to be a bigger moment, and he will get a chance to be a champ. But right now, he is in the biggest and maybe arguably the best storyline that they're pushing in 2024. This is outstanding. Tit for tat. I hurt you. I mock you. I use you to get over. You get revenge. Then you get a little more revenge. Now I'm pissed off. Now I make you bleed in front of your people. It's awesome. And again, it feels mature. It feels adult. It feels clear. Protagonist, antagonist. It's straightforward. That's how you get this shit done. SummerSlam, Drew vs. Punk, 100%. Very good segment. KJ, it's crazy. I could have sworn I saw that twinkle in Punk's eye when Cody was with him in the ring and was like, man, Punk's going to turn. Yeah, not the time, JV, not now. And again, maybe Punk's one of those guys that always kind of have that twinkle. But we are back from commercial break, getting a replay of they opening the loading gate or the loading door, the loading whatever. And the way they did it with Drew just standing over Punk. I thought it was Austin Theory got locked out and DIY was going to be like, see, you didn't even let your friend in the building. I was wrong. Drew got even. And he got a shit ton of heat while doing it. All week, maybe all month. This Attitude Era-ish. Thank you, Triple H. Yeah, you know what, Rick? In a lot of ways, and yeah, I know sometimes we look to the past with some rose-colored glasses, but far as every segment kind of having a relevance, trying to make things exciting, make them real, make them have a feel and a vibe, and not just cookie cutter. This is as close as we've gotten to that. This has been excellent. We saw what we got on Monday across the board. Seth returns, Drew quits, Wyatt shows up. Now we get this. Like, it just has been nonstop. And there's there's Punk getting carted off in his hometown. You screwed me in Scotland, I destroy you in Chicago. Maybe we get an ambulance match. No, I'm just fucking around. As Nick Aldis says goodbye to the ambulance, and they take Punk to a local medical facility. So great. And just when you think enough has happened on the show, a triple threat for the Money in the Bank qualifier. Carmelo Hayes is in the ring. Tama Tonga is on his way to the ring, or actually in the ring now. So it just keeps going. It just keeps cooking. Could we see Roman tonight? I'd be shocked if we saw Roman tonight, Damian. I still think we're building to that. I wonder if we get Roman either Money in the Bank or the SmackDown after Money in the Bank. That's my guess, because then you go from the SmackDown after Money in the Bank into SummerSlam. Whatever his story and angle is, it might be the SmackDown. Like, maybe the Samoans lose at Money in the Bank, and it's the Friday after that where Solo's had enough of Paul Heyman shit, and that's where Roman returns. But here comes Randy Orton. So, folks, let me know in the chat who's going to take it, who is going to win this one, and who will go on to the Money in the Bank in Toronto. As I throw this up real quick. I think Carmelo Hayes might be the underdog here. Could Carmelo get into this just because the other two end up fighting with each other? WWE is fucking cooking. Punk versus Drew has been in the works since Rumble in the beginning of the year, and it's all the way into the summer now. Great storyline tone by both. And again, the magic of this, John, and I agree with you, but the magic is it didn't require any 5-star matches. It is exciting, it's interesting, it's compelling without being in the ring. And growing up, that's a lot of what the wrestling was. Like the main eventers' storylines were a lot of shit that didn't involve matches. And that's how it worked. That's how when they had a match, you were like, oh my God, so-and-so is going to be in the ring. It's a big deal. That's my take. I think they've done a wonderful job. I think this is the best storyline in wrestling right now. It is unbelievable, and I can't wait for them to get their hands on each other. I hope Punk's healthy and ready to go, and I hope him and Drew burn it down. Sorry, Seth, but I said it. But Randy Orton getting in the ring, folks. Like I said, get your predictions in. The early favorite is RKO right now, so very interesting. I wonder if Punk's health was a factor too. 100%. His arm was definitely. They weren't planning on like this. Wasn't even supposed to happen because I believe there was a story where Punk was going to main event Mania. He even talked about it. The injury changes everything. So the fact that a man, for the Punk haters out there, think about this. The man hurt his arm and has been on the shelf. Other than, hosting WrestleMania panels and pay-per-view panels and the occasional promo, he has managed to find a way to build up a story with Drew and draw money, draw excitement, sell tickets, sell T-shirts for months. And he's not even physically capable of wrestling. Where in other places you have people damn near killing themselves and can't sell any tickets, can't sell any merch. They're just a flash in the pan. And that's the lesson to be learned here. Speaking of lessons.
Flashes in the pan. How you doing, sir?
Flash in the pants, baby.
Whoa. Full Monty, my guy. Monty Brown. See, we're playing wrestling. We need to do that one time of like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon of just throwing a thing and how can you get it back to wrestling?
Right?
Christian is your refrigerator, sir? What? Oh, y'all having a thing. Why have we heard nothing about the Wyatt 6 yet? Because there's still a whole other hour of the show.
And we might not get the Wyatt 6. That's the fun stuff.
Exactly. We can't be, we said this earlier. You can't be mad because they didn't deliver on what you wrote. Because what they've written has been pretty fucking good so far.
Well, again, like I said earlier tonight, we were like, whoa, okay. Oh, wow.
Oh, Tama, backdrop on the table. Same thing with Carmelo.
There goes Carmelo.
Goddamn steel or something because it don't break for shit as we go into commercial break.
And you know what? The crowd is fucking jazzed. The crowd has not sat down and they've delivered. Again, you and I kind of expected Drew in the beginning. No Drew. And then we get a random interview in the back and there's Drew beating up Punk. Exactly. Like
really, I felt like an asshole because the second I go to step away is when it happens. I'm like, I gotta run back.
Right. And again, what I thought was great was we've seen run-ins. We've seen like Drew could have slid in behind him in the same old Drew. Punk's looking at Paul.
You get the shot of Punk's there, and then Drew's just
behind him. But we've seen the run-ins so many times. So how do we get to this beat down without being obvious, like without doing the same stuff? Plus, we got to protect the fact that I don't think Punk is 100% yet. And he hasn't come out
close. He's got to be close to where he's gearing up to fight. He's got to be close.
Yeah. So the good news is, but that was their way around it, was we didn't see the actual beating.
Facts. That's 100% correct. And it's interesting too how this is a show that's building towards the back end of you want to still keep tuning into every segment of every section because you don't know what's going to happen versus other shows to where I can tune out and I'll just catch this later on here and I'll catch you on the next round.
Right? Bacon grease, the best kind of grease to cook with. Deal.
There you go.
Chicago has had 2 of the best shows in WWE all year. Best wrestling city in America.
America.
Americs. It's taking it to the Americs. Not the Biblics, the Americs.
The Mercs. I would think
It's got to be one of the best.
Is true, but also name me a great show in Chicago that didn't have CM Punk on it.
Fact. Chicago's a great wrestling town, great reaction. We know they're infamous for hijacking. I mean, I really like the crowd in New York at times. There's some good ones out there. LA's pretty good at times. Like out in
what right now, over under, what is your line on the Richter scale, the sizeometer, the noise meter that WWE pulls up for when they're in Toronto? When they're in your backyard.
Ooh.
What's the over under? What's the line?
Can we hit triple digits and give Scotland a run for
you
its
right
money?
Now speak to the Canadians out there that are listening. You rally the troops.
Listen, I don't even think I have to. My Canadian brethren out there know when the show comes around, we show up and show out. There'll be a whole lot of $12 beers and fucking screaming and yelling. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I think they're going to tear the roof off this place. And I think the show's going to deliver. You're going to get a lot. It looks like we're getting a lot for Money in the Bank. So yeah, show up and show out, Canadians. Show the Yankees how it's done.
Because that's what the show is about. As you go.
Just the idea behind that, been screwed by Punk for months, lays him out, carries him out in the arena and lays him down as if to say, this is your hero. Yeah.
This is your king. He's Killmonger out here. This is your king.
Yeah. This is your hero. This is your hero.
But that's the best part with Drew being a heel is he's a justified heel.
To an extent, right? Because it's to the average person or to the to the Punk fan, well, Drew screwed Drew. It's not Punk's fault that Drew screwed Drew, but that's the twist, right? Where you have those moments. I love it. You're right. It's completely, again, it's built and the aggression is built. Remember at first it was just teasing and name calling?
Facts. Well, again, we've talked about this 100%, and it's a lost art in pro wrestling of they've built this whole story up just on storyline and just on angles, just on promos. They haven't even touched yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Remember when that used to be a stipulation of you'd have to go from X amount of periods, so say the Royal Rumble, and you can't have any physical contact. So I'll fuck up other people around you just to get at you.
I love that stipulation all the time because then the heel would just rub it in, and there'd be one day. Remember when the Austin
provoke, and then just can't touch.
Remember the provoke? That was the best shit with Austin. You can't hit anyone unless they hit you, and every time someone touched them, they got a stunner.
Right. The best shit. 1, 2. Randy breaks it up. And by the way, this has been a show up and show out for Carmelo Hayes as well. This has been his best non-trick match.
The Yankee Stadium is getting SummerSlam. I had not heard that. That'd be outstanding.
Oh, that would be pretty fucking cool.
The second T in Toronto is silent. Fuck up. It is not.
You can have that. I just like the end of like SummerSlam ending with start spreading the news. I'm leaving today.
Yeah. They should be on the lam for the attempted murder from Raw.
Oh, yeah. Down there taking pictures with fans. You're wanted in 3 states for murder.
Holy shit.
Superplex. Randy on the Carmelo.
Down goes Carmelo.
No. Tonga breaks it up.
Do you feel like this night hasn't stopped?
Like, no, because that's how you book a fucking show.
It just hasn't stopped. Like we're just like
it has.
What's next?
Well, this is for any wrestling fan that doesn't understand when somebody says the term pacing of any sort of show. This has pacing 100% of it's got a constant momentum. It gives you enough to where you can catch your breath before you hit the next drop on the roller coaster.
Right. Yeah. Randy's huge. Yeah, especially compared to these two guys.
What? Yeah.
Oh, they're all taking turns trying to pin Randy.
Oh, we're mushing everybody in the mouth here. Now, theoretically, Randy has to win because he's the only babyface. Mm-hmm. But Carmelo's not a bad shout. You get him in that match for a high spot.
Yeah, for the high spot.
And you gotta put some sort of focus, some sort of rub. Oh, drape over DDT.
Wyatt 6 got Whataburger. I thought that was hilarious. They got food poisoning shit. Oh, we got double up.
The double vintage Orton, the drape over DDTs to both Tama and Carmelo.
This is just the first hour.
Yes, we're only 5 minutes in just into the first hour here. We still got a whole fucking show here.
Dude, I've been fighting this cold for fucking 3 days. It felt like garbage all day. This show kicked off. My throat feels like glass, and it's just screaming at the TV for the last 40 minutes.
You've been healed by the Wyatt 6. Shumana higher, Shumana Honda.
Oh, wait. Lower. We got lower.
We got lower. Can we get taller? Can we get much taller? So high.
I wish.
Oh, KO.
There's KO. I wish.
But you're gonna get distracted, you dumb son of a.
No.
As he dumps out Tama, roll through Carmelo with a 1, 2, 3.
Wow. 51% we're going for Randy.
Hey, but he sneaks in and he needed this. This is a good win for him off of the haberdashery that was the trick feud, and it kind of feeling like he's been used and abused on the main roster. Sorry.
This might lend to my argument a little now because I think KO gets fucked out of the next match. I don't think by the Bloodline. I think this is going to continue, and that's what that builds to. Carmelo gets in. I got to see who's in the other one. KO, somebody and somebody.
Andrade and someone else.
Andrade could be the guy.
But does respectfully, does that get to the point to where the Money in the Bank match only has 1 to 2 people you realistically believe could win it?
Depends who you put in. I mean, Carmelo could surprise us.
If right now, Carmelo is a better shout to win it than I'd say Andrade. I'll give you that.
Oh, I don't think so. I think with the way they're going to position Andrade and the way they're working with Andrade, I think we're going to get to that point where they push him back into that realm.
But do you need to build someone up to, but like before they win the Money in the Bank?
We're glitching.
You were told.
You were told.
The reckoning is inevitable. Raw last Monday, so we're getting a replay of it.
But like brought to you by them.
Is it brought to you by them, or are they just showing it? Like, it feels like if this was something that happened on WWE, I don't want to acknowledge it because this is an outside group. This is an anomaly, an aberration.
But it feels like they're fucking with everybody, and it's like it's
the reckoning. Well, we've talked about it. You wanted it. This is a massacre. They literally just laid everybody the fuck out.
Yeah, and I envision them like tearing up the ring and stuff. But like I said before, we've seen that. What haven't we seen? A bunch of people destroy Gorilla and anybody that was around it. That was it's like the replay done by them because there's like little there's words and shit in it.
This is what it looks like when like you're a Terminator and you're like trying to find John Connor. This is what it feels like. You've seen all the little like multi versions and
think about this. Earlier in the night, you had Triple H and Drew McIntyre have like a bit of a face off when Drew quit at Gorilla. That was to show you what Gorilla looked like before.
Oh, like, yeah, that was very much setting up. This is what it looks like normally, and this is what it looks like after. Like all the spooky smoke and everything.
We got to figure what the fuck is happening with Chad. Is he alive? Yo, by the way, when we reacted to this, you said, that's Uncle Howdy. And I said, that's not Howdy. That's something different. And some wise ass out there was like, oh, my God. Bro, I meant like it is Howdy evolved for those who didn't get that reference. I know.
Right. Yeah. No, 100%. You know, because even the mask has been altered. They've even acknowledged of how you're tying in the dreads and everything, like when
we're here.
And then you even get the little after glitch of Nikki Cross, and that's how you go to commercial. So is that your Wyatt 6 on SmackDown?
Could be.
But does that count as them being there, or do you see them showing up and like? Do you see them that's setting up the precedent?
I think that might just be setting the tone. Like, all right, here's something like a little tease of them, a reminder of what they accomplished. We'll see you Monday. That's what I'm thinking. But again, we've been baited and switched a lot with this fucking channel.
Oh, 100%.
You needed that absolutely. Awesome opening promo, 2 solid triple threats with shocking endings. Love it. Fucking roll up. Just give them a clean win. No, there's a time and place for a good roll up, Boston. Not all roll ups are bad. And for Carmelo to get a clean win on Randy doesn't fly right now.
The only thing I'll agree with Boston on this is that you've done 2 roll-ups. Like 2 of your matches I remember of.
Fair enough.
Chelsea Green with a roll-up, and now you've done it with Carmelo. So you've done it back-to-back.
Yeah, that's fair.
Matches. That's the only thing.
That's fair.
I'm not mad at that's the way that they did it, but to do it back-to-back and do it
back to back. Yeah, I would completely agree with that. My bad. And in the sense of, Carmelo stealing it, I was perfectly okay with. Good point, though. You could have probably Chelsea
space.
Yeah, Chelsea just stole one. Now you're stealing another one. I get you.
Yeah.
It hit a fin. I don't know why you have to do the roll up though. And to counteract my argument, you could just hit a finisher and then pin. You still accomplished the finisher because the person was distracted. You know what I mean? It's cleaner.
It's cleaner, but that's still, right. I think it's a little bit of the hinge of do bury, or I don't want to say bury because I hate that term like I do at IWC right now. But do you do somebody a disservice? Does someone not stay as strong if they, if somebody gets a win on a finisher?
No, because you're distracted. I mean, what's the difference? And I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, it's like taking a sucker punch, right? Like, oh, fuck, I got knocked out. I did not see that coming.
If Melo would have hit a nothing but net and everything like that, right as, Randy's behind and everything is, stumbling to the feet, what have you, that wouldn't have been bad.
Or even if Melo gets the roll up, but Chelsea hit a finisher and then got a pin.
Out of the 2, Carmelo was much more to win on a finisher when I feel like that than Chelsea.
Yeah. But either way,
Chelsea got in by hook and by crook, and I think that plays to her character.
Who thinks we're getting another Resident Evil scene? We might, man. We might. They keep referencing the fact that they've upped security. Oh.
Who's Nav?
Yeah, who's Nav?
Is it produced by Gation? Is that
navigation? Is that Diddy's alias? What is happening here?
Oh God, no! It looks like the Weeknd's alias of like they're sick of having us have Weeknd songs.
The security is getting wiped out tonight by the Wyatt 6. Why else would you be there? Or do you guys think it just gives the fear factor? Ridge, I do think there's some level of they can be playing that game with us, right? It is make us think. And again, like we just said with the Drew McIntyre thing, I don't think anybody in this chat right now can go, I 100% knew when they lifted up that gate, it was going to be Drew standing over a bleeding Punk. But that's what they're doing. Oh, maybe we're not getting Drew. Oh, shit, we really got Drew.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
As LA Knight's in the ring.
Right. Connor answered our question, though. Nav is a rapper from Toronto. You're a bad Torontonian.
Yeah, I guess so. Shit.
Yeah. As we got LA.
They got a Toronto artist do the theme song. That does make sense now that I kind of threw shade.
Well, they can't do the one that, get an A minor.
Well, they could.
That man just turned a diss song into a fucking club bop. That man played that 5-6 times in a row of just the definition of fuck you energy.
100%. As we got LA Knight in the ring. Have you ever played some forms of it? Yes, Christian. Have you ever played Resident Evil? One of them?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Old man gamer, chill. Get vitamins. Who's
Oh, because Boston said he was going off feeling like an old man. Everything as we've got LA Knight calling out Logan Paul right now.
So Logan Paul, LA Knight, Money in the Bank. Let's go.
I think so. I think that we're setting up there. Or do you do it SummerSlam?
Logan beats him at Money in the Bank. LA gets a rematch at SummerSlam.
Fair.
We already proved that
this is LA's like kind of third run at this, though.
At the U.S. title?
At least second.
Maybe number 2?
Yeah.
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 He's over as fuck. He having me chances as he wants.
Is he? But he's not as over as he was.
He's still pretty over. He's not that far off. Yeah, exactly, Stoner. I'm getting old. Does Ilya have a chance to win the qualifying Money in the Bank versus Braun? He's got a shot. It'd be interesting. He wasn't even supposed to be there, though, so maybe that's part of the story.
Maybe that's how he wins it. I wasn't even supposed to be here.
Right? The two big boys beat each other up, maybe? There we go. This show has been packed, but it's Santos.
Santos instead of Logan.
Santos Chocolate Bar.
Yeah, played by Carlos Santana.
This is how he take out the faker security. That's generally what security's there for.
It's one of the best ways to get over in WWE is you end up doing a job as security.
Yeah, Vance, that's probably one of the most unwanted bookings ever. The only person that wants that is Ryback, and the only reason why Ryback's suggesting it is because he knows it will never happen.
There's 3 people in the world that want that. Ryback, Goldberg, and Vince Russo.
And Vince Russo's fucking lost his mind again.
You have to have it to lose it.
Yeah, fuck.
How can you lose that which you did not have?
Every once in a while he says something, and I'm like, okay, not so bad. But just lately,
a blind squirrel finds a nut. A blind squirrel finds a nut.
You sound so bitter. Like every time someone else is doing well, you're just like, nah, it's gonna suck. You're like, fuck off. LA Knight versus Logan Paul planned for SummerSlam. There you go.
Everyone
here loves you, goof.
Is this WWE's MJF Roosh?
Maybe. Oh, no.
BFT. Oh, we got a pop Logan behind him. You can tell I like that though.
You heard it.
You can hear the crowd.
The crowd just audibly shit.
Logan out here looking like he's auditioning for a UPS man in a movie.
Versace's Ghost. Man, seriously, I'm watching this on a long time. This is garbage.
That was so stupid as shit. Sorry.
Oh, Martin. I'm watching how could you see, here's the thing. This is miles better than what we're getting from AEW right now. There was a time on this channel where very much AEW was cooking and doing extremely well. But you're not touching this right now. Everything's interesting. Everything's compelling. Everything makes sense. Give me one really good storyline, sensible storyline right now in AEW. And I don't love doing this game because you're making me, you're forcing me into a tribe. I don't want to be in a tribe. But let's be real. AEW's slacking. Their ratings are in the fucking toilet. Their ticket sales aren't great. And this company is cooking. And whether if you like wrestling and you're watching this and you hate it, you probably turned it on already hating it.
It's amazing to me though that the audience that's mostly the most vocal,
we all enjoy the wrestling.
Just enjoy the wrestling, hate everything except a certain type of wrestling or a certain 3 letters of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest tell to me a little bit. Don't worry, we're here to give you help. We're here to bring you back on the outside, bring you back to reality. We're the fucking Morpheus right now at this point of pro wrestling out here. You can have the red pill or the con pill. You decide. But I don't like that though with Logan of the get up. And by the way, that was just the weakest looking. It looked like a bitch slap of like he just slapped the fucking Charlie Murphy out of this man. Unity.
No, I like that whole.
That looks so bad. If it didn't even look like a punch, it looked like a bitch slap.
Yeah, I mean that's how he rolls. If he looks like a guy that would bitch slap you or try at least and then run.
Right.
But yeah, no, let's be real. I take
Larry, I take the green pill. Yes, we do as well. See, that's the happy
that's it.
medium.
We are. That's why we're the green channel, Nick.
Yeah, we're the vitamin friendly.
And again, for all the wrestling that you and I have watched, I mean, this is, let's be real. Let's say you hate WWE. This show's cooking. Like, if you want to be entertained and enjoy something, you can't tell me you're sitting watching this going, well, that's shit. That's shit. Oh, the CM Punk thing, that's shit. Like, you can't really.
We do the best that we can to exclude the 3 letters in front of the promotion and sit there and view it how we want to view it and everything and enjoy it as we enjoy it and everything. It's the same thing. We watch GCW. We watch Wrestler Revolver. We don't sit there and just instantly, oh, well, because it's not this company, it's shit. No, 100%. That's why we watch anything and everything. So we have the greatest depth of knowledge to pull from. Of what's working, what isn't, what's going, who's doing here, this, that, the third.
And completely without any bias, walking into every week blind, I will confidently say, for all the hours that we've been live and all the wrestling we've watched, Dynamite will be the weakest show that we watched this week. It was really, really bad this week. And some people might get off on some of the high spots, but it was a clusterfuck. And Monday was good. Tuesday was really good. Fucking Thursday was good. Friday's cooking like a motherfucker. What do you got? And that's the issue.
It's just, this is one of those that you just got to take that on the fucking chin, respectfully. Like, if you're one of those, like you said, of being pushed into a tribe or anything like that, is we're in commercial break, by the way. But if you're one of those of, this is my tribe, this is what I root for, there is, this is my rifle, this is my gun, this is for fighting, this is for fun type bullshit.
Yeah.
You've got to admit that's a knock on the chin, and you've got to acknowledge that and move on and try and be better. Like, you can't pass that off of like it ain't nothing.
To me, it's the same as like a person who, and I have friends or family that very much like one genre of music is the only type of music. Like, this is the only music that's good. You're like, bro, like, have you listened to the other musics? Like, there's good
Hoobastank is that's good.
Can't forget Hoobastank. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, to me, it is being able to watch it all, and we watch it all, and that's why we can confidently say AEW's fucking sucking pond water.
Yeah, you see all these other big creators of, I haven't watched it recently, but what's the issue over there? Well, we were here every week, watching every minute of it live. So absolutely. If there's somebody out there who could be an authority on it that isn't signed by a company, I think we're kind of knocking on that door. Not to humble brag or anything, but yeah.
What happened to TNA yesterday? Did Jeff Hardy show up on the episode? It's a good question.
I don't believe so. The biggest highlight of it was the date between PCO and Stephanie Lander, to where she's out there giving off full Elvira and Amy Winehouse vibes. So you called it. So now KO is instantly getting jumped by the Tongans. No more of those free breadsticks at the Olive Garden.
Shane. Jay boy, that's funny. I'm a fan of all wrestling. I ain't in no cult. That's what we are here. We are the Wrestling Utopia. And even for people that have a different opinion than us, we have different opinions than each other. And y'all have witnessed that. And that's what we do around here. So, again, we're not, lots of channels out there block people when they have a difference of opinion. We love it. I just want you to come with more than, this is garbage. I want you to explain what you don't like.
Show your work. Show your work. As KO is limping to the ring here. And by the way, Jesus, don't you start cults instead of being in one?
Might be a hot take, but punches with legit technique thrown in a working way. No, we've seen that over the years. Like, when you bring in boxers and stuff, when they try and like kayfabe a punch, it just never sells well. They're too mechanical.
You can't pull a punch like that without like movie effects and everything like that. You 100%. You've got to do, like he says, even there, the flare, the punks, the closed palm strikes.
So you got to lay it in stiff and somewhere safe, right? Like that's the only way.
You've got to sell it. You've got to throw it and sell it a certain way. You've got to sell it in a throw it in a certain wrestling way, even, because like you said, if you're Tyson out there, those will be the most devastating punches ever thrown in a wrestling ring, but they look like shit compared to wrestling punches because it's just an entirely different style.
Yeah, 100%. All right, folks, we got a triple threat going on right now. Andrade, KO, and who else is in this match?
Andrade, KO, and Grayson Waller.
Grayson, I forgot about poor Grayson. Let us know who you're taking. Who do you think is going to win this one? I got Andrade, and we're off and running. So again, this has been not a dull moment.
Oh no! There hasn't been a moment to really let up in or anything, but as we very much got Call of Duty advertisements, by the way. So in case hashtag not sponsored, go and get Call of Duty 6.
Right.
Again, hashtag not sponsored.
Who was saying, "Who me?" Gorillas of
Nice to know you. Goodbye.
AEW.
Oh, Andrade was a flip over into the power bomb here.
Robert, AEW was awesome. AEW has awesome stuff and awesome moments, but 2024 has been a very big struggle for AEW. And that's coming off 2023, which I didn't think was very strong for them either. Objectively, that's just my take. To me, you watch this Wednesday, it was not a good show. It was not entertaining. A lot of nothing. No story. I don't give a fuck about these Forbidden Door matches. Again, people might supermark over the fact that, Sasha Banks going to fight fucking Vancouver. Like, yeah, but it doesn't do anything to build anything. You had to move out of Arthur Ashe for this reason. It's not good.
The best thing you can do, as we're in a commercial break after that whole spot, but the best thing you can do to fix a problem is acknowledge that you have one. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
AEW, you have to admit at this point you have a problem. This is an intervention. I'm glad that we've all sat you down now, but you need to admit that there is a problem. This isn't now anymore. This isn't playoffs. This isn't the Westminster Dog Show. This isn't a fucking ESPN National Spelling Bee. None of that shit anymore. This isn't Juneteenth. This isn't fucking Kendrick Lamar. Whop. None of that. This is 100% you've gone into a downward trend, and at this point you've kind of hit rock bottom, or what I hope at least is your rock bottom, and you don't go lower. Because that's the thing is, we want you to do better. This is why this is an intervention. We want you to succeed. You are a crucial, vital element in this fucking wrestling biodome, this fucking circle of life that exists here. So 100%, you need to stay viable and stay a thing. But God damn it, if you don't acknowledge that you have a problem, I fear for you.
And again, we're not saying I'm not saying everything on the show is worthless. You have an amazing roster. I think that's part of the frustration. And again, like Boom says here, Boom shakalaka, love it. Is it the shoes?
From downtown.
He's on fire. The 3 shows hurt. I think again, we saw it with all the belts, with all the divisions, with Ring of Honor. It's just, Tony Punk was running before he even knew how to crawl.
The 3 shows hurt because they aren't different. Then we have 3 shows on WWE, but they all feel different.
Right. Wyatt package makes me want to see them. Yeah, I mean, again, and I hate when people kind of force me into that, but I hate that blind. It's even when someone jumps in and says WWE is the best and AEW is completely shit. I defend that too, because there isn't we got MJF, we got Jay White, we got Will Ospreay, we got a lot of fucking talent there that I'm a big fan of. But yeah, you know what? This week was a 4 out of 10. It sucked.
You should never go into anything in life, whether honestly with blinders on it, of just strictly brand loyalty, anything like that. You're setting yourself up to fail. Absolutely with that. Because literally you're become ignorant and intolerant to any sort of criticism.
Yeah. And I think that's what we try and accomplish here. And that's why we hit 5K subs. We thank you. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, please do so. We got 125 in the chat. We're still rolling. Lots going on. Triple Threats back from commercial break. Then I'll be right back.
And Cage has got to take a break because he's got to go win this match here for Kevin Owens. 100%. But absolutely, like MDB said, let the stream 500K. Cue those African. Whoa, my guy. SEMA. Oh, took me a half a second there. We were talking about 5K and then you throw out 500K. Yeah, no. I don't think it's that they're dead in the water or anything like that. This is not a fucking celebratory dancing on any graves or anything. This is 100% of yeah, KJ had to take a pause to finish the match. But yeah, this is 100% of one of those. It just needs to be a fucking wake up call. If there's ever been one that needs to fucking happen, needs to be your fucking smelling salts. I feel as I've got Andrade firing up right now. So again, who do you got, folks, for this match? Do you got Andrade? Do you got Waller? Do you got Kevin Owens, aka KJ? If we see Kevin Owens roll out of this ring here, and roll back in, it's KJ doing doppelganger duty here. He's out there playing, like the other Angle brother. Roddy, what up? Saying yes to Larry. Nick, I can't still believe we got Joe Hendry on NXT. Facts. And we still are probably going to get Joe Hendry on all their WWE television programming. It's going to be a matter of if, when, and how. And I do think that WWE's kind of already landmarking their, targets for who they're going to sign when contracts come up here. Oh, Waller takes both men out here. And we've still got a Josh Alexander, a Moose, etc. that could show up, a Macklin, as well as going on 2 counts on everybody here. You don't just arrest the quitter. What? My best friend's son told me AW is seen amongst his peers as the show that the weird kids watch. That's bad, especially if you want to grow. You need that young demo. Well, that's been at times what they hang their hat on is the fucking demos and the demo gods and everything. And I guess that's what they label them as, sickos, because Tony books for sickos and everything. As Waller taken out, KO's knee is Andrade in the corner. But yeah, it's the biggest issue. And you can go one way or what have you about leave my AW alone. It's an alternative. If you don't like it, get the hell out. But you're driving away your casual viewers. You're driving away your audience that could, expand and extrapolate on. You're becoming more niche and more insulated, and it's becoming a bigger and bigger issue, especially in the middle of arguing media rights deals. As we've got Andrade setting up for a superplex on Waller in the corner, as KO is going to turn this into the power bomb superplex spot here. We're setting up for a bullfrog splash. Now, see, we saw KO roll out and roll back in here. So this is KJ out here hitting the swanton bomb. KJ with a swanton bomb. We're still selling the bad knee. What do we got here? 1, 2 count. E-dub kicks, E1 kicks. What up, my guy? You hear me? Sickos, hippies, and perverts. Sounds like Woodstock. Shane McMahon is not going to AW or TNT. TNA, get over yourself. We talked about this a bit on the back end of Thursday last night. It'd be really interesting and really weird. Shane McMahon that's how a stunner from KO. Let me get to the finish and I'll 1, 2. Waller breaks it up. This has been a hell of a fucking match already, even though. Again, this SmackDown episode has not missed a beat. This has not had a fucking hiccup. Literally, we've both tried to sit here and hit pauses as Waller goes for his finish and the fucking kind of cross. Let's go, Andrade with a 1, 2, 3. That was a fucking clean as shit. But yeah, I was just saying of how we both try to sit here and take pauses, and we're literally having to miss fucking crazy action because it's been just moving at a fucking clip here. That was so clean of Andrade counters, Waller rolling in with his trash ass finisher into the kind of like crossroadsy kind of net breaker, rolling net breaker that Andrade has there for his finisher for the 1, 2, 3. And that works because you set up of KO's already hurt. You've got that. And so Andrade And show me the fucking graphic of who else is qualified for this goddamn. So Carmelo, Jay, and Andrade are one half of the qualifiers right now for the men's Money in the Bank ladder match here. Brought to you by Prime Wheatley Vodka and the boys. As this was also, this whole match had an advertisement around the ring here. So in case you were, but for Call of Duty 6. So in case you were wondering if WWE is going to make their advertising money, 100%. But absolutely, there has not been a moment in this show tonight that has really allowed you to fully catch your breath. You get a moment to where you can breathe in, but you've got something chaotic coming right after it here. Andrade, Mello, and Jay so far, yes, 1-1 finally. Alex saying, "Oh, you didn't know? Well, your ass better call somebody." And 100%, as we just hit 5K, I will take this as we got a match flow. Speaking of calling somebody,
Perfect.
But I will remind everybody we do have the super chats, the super stickers. Be a friend, tell a friend. We just passed 5K, and we're still trying to move already to 50K, 10K, 100K, all the Ks, putting up Ks like we're fucking Nolan out here. So 100%.
Yeah, to all the channels out there, run.
Exactly. We're just the Uncle Howdy out here. We're here.
It was pointed out that there was a Pluto symbol behind Cody Rhodes in the backstage. So people are indicating, oh, we might get a little more from the Wyatts than we've already gotten. We don't know. Oh, and Chad Gable's been cleared to rejoin the match on Monday.
Oh, fair enough.
Will he be zombified? Will he be like...
Bro, we're going full like 2K24 of like he's possessed by the Wyatts.
Like he's all like...
brains! He just starts singing Blackbird, singing in the dead of night. That's all you can do. Because I've got Cody coming out here as an advertisement for post McGregor Malone.
1 and 2. WWE saw what AEW was doing with Forbidden Door as that one trick AEW has and told them, watch when we do it, it will do it better. And WWE is doing it better. But you saw the talks coming out about WWE and AAA having discussions.
Yeah, well, we've also seen that they've been obviously clearly working with Marigold as well. So we've seen Nick Khan show up at indie shows. So they're very much involved in this. They're not doing that just because they're a super huge fan of wrestling and they want to, take in the independent scene respectfully. They're talent scouting.
Right. Post McGregor Malone.
Absolutely. That's what he comes out here looking like.
Yeah, KJ came back after he lost the match. Classic.
That's what I said. If KO rolls out of the ring and rolls back in, that's KJ just sliding in as the doppelganger. You have, it's like the Angle brothers.
Right? We're at Cody Rhodes' Dark Roads. Not yet.
Well,
Nick called in a friend.
Yes, I did. I was just going to say it's been weird with JC Jane of like two masks. JC Jane out there of she's got the dashing mask and then her own Rip Hamilton.
No, that's funny as hell. AEW was doing well because their competition was Vince. Now it's Hunter. They are like the team that overachieves until they meet the opponent that can go toe to toe with them. Well, here that again was
you change up the game plan. You change up the fucking game plan.
Yeah, you have to grow and evolve. And again, we've talked about this before, Nick. It was so easy for Tony Khan to be the Robin Hood, the hero, where he was saving all these poor wrestlers trapped under Vince and their creative freedom and da-da-da-da-da. But I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tony Khan is more Vince McMahon than Triple H is, period.
Oh. Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see.
Yeah, man. Eat that, AEW fans. No, I'm just kidding.
Meltzer quote, eat that.
It's the feisty vitamins tonight, apparently.
Fair enough. KJ, take on all comers here.
Pause. Ew. Ladies, good storytelling tonight. Amazing storytelling tonight. Who did?
Well, yeah, we're in the last 10, 20 minutes of the show. And like I was saying when you're on your pause, there hasn't been a moment to where you can really fully all right, this is just, your go fucking walkabout, have a snack, what have you match. This has all been just literally tune in, quick pace. You get a moment to, while they're having the commercials, catch your breath, and then we're back at it.
Yeah. Listen, man, the fact that there's only 20 minutes left in the show, you and I are even finding times that where it's like, man, I want to take a break, but the minute I do, some shit's gonna go down.
Exactly. Literally, I'm like, it'd be really cool if I could take a pause and not have to, like I said, I took a break, Drew shows up. You take a break, we've got hell for leather action going on in this triple threat match here.
Who won it?
Andrade.
Yes. Okay.
He did actually won it pretty cool and pretty clean. Yeah. So took out KO obviously because selling the knee, and then Waller goes for his little stupid ass roll in finisher, and Andrade instantly countered it into his kind of like crossroadsy move for the 1, 2, 3.
Thank you very much for 162 likes. I like it because I think, and part of the reason why I thought Andrade was going to do it is he's a lucha guy. Like he'll be fine and he'll have a lot of fun in a ladder match. Whether lucha. Yeah, he's a lucha guy. He'll bounce around. He'll have fun with it.
Mm-hmm. As I'm getting a replay of the Celtics parade.
Oh, mission.
Hey, Timmy! It's been a minute.
Nick definitely giving the show a 9 now.
Absolutely. I'd like to unzip that denim.
He wishes, Capone.
Mm-hmm.
Right now.
Oh,
shit.
Nia. You've got the pairing of Nia and Tiffany. You've got, this is Alexa 2.0. You've got the fucking over ass heel that's just talking shit, and you've got the big heavy heel that's going to sit there and just smash everybody that's dealing with her. So next Friday, we're getting Jade Gargill versus Candice versus Tiffany Stratton, and Tiffany Stratton is fucking winning.
And don't forget, next week is the MSG Smackdown, so it's going to be jammed.
Naomi, Blair Davenport, and Indy as well. Oh, shit.
If Naomi doesn't win this, people are going to be mad, but I could see
Blair Davenport's winning.
I can see Blair winning it. Stiffy time. Oh, no, I didn't. Down, boys. We're trying to get past 10%.
Triple threat qualifying match. Logan Paul, LA Knight, and Santos Escobar.
Damn. Hey! So Escobar winning that one.
Oh, I don't know. I can see Logan
in LA, buddy.
Ah, shit. That too.
Look, the security.
Oh, we got the security.
Beauty and the Beast.
Tale as old as time. The song as old as rhyme.
Nia looking
fire.
Cody Rhodes coming out for the main event, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even close last poll.
Still, though, we're down to here, and we're acknowledging the security. Now, granted, we're talking about with Drew McIntyre. I'm getting a Stephanie epiphany that we're getting Wyatt 6 showing up tonight here.
Wyatt 6 or another Samoan?
Jacob just shows up and just fights everybody. It's not who you did it to. It's that motherfucker was John Wick.
The Wyatt 6 come out and Jacob fucks everybody up and ruins that game.
Jacob Fatu is the ultimate boss.
Right.
Thanos.
Oh, yeah. I see you're scary. Meet the werewolf.
Right. Literally.
Cody Rhodes for the win. Get your predictions in, folks. Let us know who you're taking. We still got over 100 people. Do not leave. We want a rating out of 10 at the end of the night. Plus, we will be here for Rampage as well. So stick around.
Christ, the hell, don't leave. Be a friend, tell a friend. Grab some friends. We were over 120, 130, 100%. Let's see if we can get back at that and above it and beyond that.
Let's go for two.
Right.
Cody,
I'd like to double down. Let's
go. The oddities returning. There you go.
Everybody come for the greatest show.
Well, shit.
That ICP shows up for.
Yeah, Violent J against CM Punk.
CM Punk. WrestleMania, book it. You won't, you fucking cowards.
Cody wins by DQ. Tama's little bro, Tala?
Yeah, he's the big little brother. I have that same situation if I have a younger
Right.
sibling who's taller than me, so I'm the big little bro.
I like it. Solo for the win. I'm taking my vitamins. Good job. I don't know who's at the I don't know what vote that is.
Prescribe them, but good on you.
There you go. Kayla again. I feel sorry for Mishin. She's on hard times in her friendship with it. Well, she's kind of been good with the OC, so and they're using her a lot more. Let's be real.
Oh yeah, you even said it that they've re-added Gable back into this match, and now they're witness, so they're got a raw advertisement, and they're ending the advertisement with the Wyatt 6 in Indianapolis, Indiana. We were talking about good old Indianapolis earlier.
They're gonna fuck Pat up in Indianapolis.
Shit, that's probably a big chunk of it.
You shouldn't have lied. They're gonna go after Pat in Indy.
Pat, I know you used to play soccer and you were punter and everything like that, but motherfucker, run. Just call in sick. Don't show up that day.
They take out Pat and Kevin Kelly fills in.
Mauro Ranallo.
Yeah, let's go. What's worse, watching Rampage for 24 hours straight or one whole day of Gitmo?
Oh, Jesus. Gitmo. I'm not going to answer that.
Rampage can be, I mean, shit. Jacob Fatu showing up if Wyatt 6 attacks is the equivalent of the victim in a horror movie owning a gun.
But is it loaded?
Wyatt 6 attacks is the equivalent of a victim in a horror movie owning a gun.
Fight back. Like you could easily fight back, like versus instead of running up the stairs, you actually fight back. I don't think they're either doing one or the other. They're not doing both.
They're not doing both.
No, it's either one or the other. You're not doing both because then you run the risk of one overshadows the other. You fucking cloud up the timeline.
There has to be a reason they're emphasizing the added security, though.
You need to. You've made this be such a thing, and maybe it skips over NXT, but this, so far, I feel needs to be kind of a main roster across the board storyline. This is your overarching. This I could see ending in like a Thanos, Avengers Endgame, Infinity War type shit. Of you need to establish the fucking people that are going to go out there and fight. The spooky brigade.
War Games, WWE versus the Wyatt 6.
Shit, dude, tell me that don't fucking slap that. At least you're building to it versus AEW that just has the stipulation and is now out there with the Elite who already won what is supposed to be the most violent match in AEW, now trying to challenge people for another violent match.
You're not good at it. Stop it. Nobody believes you're.
You already won the last one. Why the fuck are you challenging people?
Tala Tonga.
You already won.
Tala Tonga, Tiny Tonga, or Tubby Tonga. All three. Stay tuned.
We're gonna get them like the fucking Seven Dwarfs of Sleepy. Where's Doc?
Right. Po Tonga, Lala Tonga. What's up?
Cody Rhodes just more and more becomes Homelander.
Yeah. Wyatt 6 is making this a no contest between the two, so they can be a Money in the Bank match. That's very possible. Here's
as Ryan Heyman, and it's for the crowd changes.
I did your bidding. So the Tongans did what he asked.
So you're breaking commandments. This is where we get to Caesar Sikoa of I'm Caesar. Now, this is my rule. This is my kingdom.
It's crazy, bro. Speaking of vitamins, I'm already up to date with my vitamins. I had vitamins water tomorrow. There you go, buddy. Way to go. Proud of you. I'm
so proud of you, Christian. You're so wholesome.
Me and Nick are happy to report we are also fully up to date on our vitamins as well. We're looking forward to our vitamins tomorrow and the next day. But yeah, stay on those vitamins, folks.
100%. I got vitamins X, Y, and Z throwing through my veins right now.
Mishin is over. Why not use her? I think they are using her.
Wait.
Having Nia jumper only sets up that. I mean, again, even if
Roman, so Solo says to Paul, Roman, he's not coming back.
You know what that means.
100% though. Like I said, we're getting Caesar Sikoa. This is my kingdom now. This is my jungle. I'm the top of this shit.
Paul kills me.
Bro, he's out here looking like MJF of like that meme of like how high are the bills? I don't want the bills to be high this month. And it shows Paul Heyman all misty-eyed, all cloudy, and pink-eyed. They're that high.
But you know what it means, folks. Roman is very close to coming back.
Yeah. But that's so good. Because it's still every moment you think again that he's going to just fucking destroy Heyman. Nope. Well, I'm going to just talk calmly and peacefully. Yeah. And it's a masterclass. It's the same thing of Roman.
Yeah.
You think I'm going to tear you the fuck apart. I'm going to say everything calmly. Same tone. Everything's calm, cool, and collected. So it's almost that more terrifying because they didn't lose their cool. Excuse me.
No, the calculated side of it all. It makes it so well. And it brings a maturity.
As he's telling Paul where to stand.
Yeah. It is completely demanding. It's a tyrant. And again, as much as Roman was very much that way, but he was never really that way with Paul. He had his moments where you'd get mad at Paul if things didn't go their way, but the wise man was protected. The wise man was special. Solo doesn't look at the wise man like that.
It's amazing to see how terrible and how much it was huge moments when Jay, Jimmy, and Sammy, etc., turned on Roman because he was so intolerable. And now he seems like the graceful leader, like the soft leader, the very much, was just trying to look out for everybody. He looks like the tolerable leader compared to Solo right now.
Honest question. How long before TK puts the belt on himself? That's funny.
Look, it took, 3-4 years before he put himself in an angle? Fast track, I'll give it 2. Half the time, 2 years.
2026?
Tag team champs, him and Russo.
Right.
Valets, Dixie Carter.
Roman returns at 8:58 Central.
Okay, well, what time is that Eastern? Because we're at 9:52 Eastern.
I didn't even think of War Games with Wyatt 6. It's possible.
I think they're just playing War Games right now. They don't need the match.
Yeah, guerrilla warfare.
Right, literally guerrilla tactics as we're underway here with Cody and Solo as Solo goes into the ring steps.
Yeah, no, he crying. He fucking selling hard, man. Paul is petrified.
Solo into the other steps here.
Jacob Fatu more likely than Wyatt 6. Yeah, I mean it. But you see what they've got done right now is they have us doubting and guessing about everything. And think about it out there in the chat. Like right now, we're just throwing shit at the wall and wondering if any of it will stick.
Well, if you're talking specifically about the Wyatt 6, it's the constant threat looming.
Yeah.
You don't know if, when, or how.
Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
Instantly DQ. We've got to get something now here, unless we're good. What do we? At this point, I don't think we get another Samoan because what do we just add on to the beating?
Again, we'll see.
We're setting up for the spike here.
Rome.
I hear voices in my. But again, Randy Orton has connections to the Wyatts. The Roman Reigns has connections to the Wyatts. One of the last matches and feuds and everything that Bray was in he was tagging with Bray before he went to the howdy shit and everything. Remember that super ass cool spot to where he's just pointing and Roman hits the spear.
Jason saying that Corey said there was going to be a run over. We're going to stay with this as long as we have to.
I don't doubt that 100%. But see, that's the thing is you announce it in the last minutes versus you announce it before the show starts.
Yeah, I think we're getting a 6-man tag at Money in the Bank.
As we have to be, I feel at this point, it's now both. Neither of those two men have qualified, and you've got them now just eyeing down Solo as he's wait. Hold on.
Solo's bleeding and they're gonna get jumped. They're gonna get jumped.
They're
He's
gonna
smiling.
get jumped.
He's gonna get jumped. Watch your back.
Watch your back. Jacob
Fatu!
Here! Jacob is here!
Jacob Fatu in the house!
And just destroying everybody. Jacob Fatu is in WWE.
Did they call him Jacob? I missed it.
I don't give a shit as he's out here just destroying everybody. He instantly looks like the goddamn Terminator. Oh, that was weak sauce. Samoan drop onto the steps on a KO. And he looks like he's kind of slimmed out. He's out here looking fit as a motherfucker.
Man, talk about cooking. This guy needs to be locked up. Ladies and gentlemen, Jacob Fatu.
Oh, is he just
house?
We brushed the shit out of that spot as he goes for the spear through the barricade on Randy Orton. But yeah, Jacob Fatu is in WWE.
I really think you were right about Solo being Caesar, especially how they're selling it.
Oh, 100. This is my kid. You can't make this man Caesar Sikoa. I will boo the shit out of him.
Cody and Jacob.
Dumping him out. But again, this goes back. Remember when there was the whole worries about to where people were worried of if Jacob shows up, does he overshadow Solo? How we feeling right now? Does Jacob overshadow Solo? Maybe a little.
Yeah, but we popped like this when the other guy showed up too. So
but that's what he needs to use. Like we were saying, he needs to be Caesar of I am the leader. I am the alpha.
Exactly, and I agree with you. That's perfect. That's spot on. But tell me, Jacob hasn't thinned out. Like he was getting ready for.
100%, man's getting out here looking. We're setting up for Solo versus a Roman match. We're setting up for Jacob versus Roman. As Jacob's going up to the top rope, we've got Cody up on the announce table here.
Like a fucking madman. Cody on the announce table. Jacob to the top. Jacob looked good.
Big ass splash, 100%. Jacob instantly. Right now, I want Jacob versus Roman. Fuck a Roman versus Solo feud. I want Jacob versus Roman. No, he's out here looking like a goddamn beast. But this man instantly is the fucking war horse, the war hammer, the war machine that just showed up for the Solo for the Bloodline.
Who holds the leash on that beast? That's the guy with that look. That's it right there, dude. Jacob looks fucking fit.
Man's been working out, my guy.
I'm gonna be on TV. I gotta fucking trim up. Now we know what he's been doing for the last 4 months.
Right?
Fatu just broke the table. Yeah, so the Samoans are bigger. The Tongans have arrived.
Hey, blackout. Oh.
No, wait.
But so that's your new bloodline is the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, Solo Sikoa, and the Gorillas of Destiny.
I'm fucking thrilled. That was excellent.
I don't know what to say, right?
Dude, we were both sitting here. The minute that man smiled, the minute Solo smiled ear to ear,
right?
We were like, Doc, run! But
run, 100%, run!
Like a badass. And that's, yeah, holy shit. Now you can have a 6-man tag that Solo's not even in.
This is the next level. You've hit that next gear. We were talking about this earlier of if and when and how they could have done it. We've talked about it. We've teased about it of the travel restriction might have been a thing, but absolutely, God fucking damn. Wrestling in 2024 is I'm just going to call it the cardiac era because 100% we sit there and we turn around on Monday Night Raw. We get the Wyatt 6. We get Uncle Howdy showing up on top of Seth Rollins, etc. Tuesday night, we get, Joe Hendry, etc. Wednesday, 502 in the ratings. That's a different cardiac for a different reason. Friday night SmackDown. We out here, we're getting Jacob Fatu. We're still teasing, we're still pontificating, we're still waiting on bated breath for the Wyatt 6 to show up out here.
Yeah. Even after all that, you were like, is that a blackout? Like,
literally,
on edge.
Thy cup runneth over. If you're mad at pro wrestling in 2024, there's a problem with you, not with wrestling.
No, wrestling is cooking. And again, you can have your favorite, you can pick whatever. We welcome all of that. But let's be honest. I mean, even the bad wrestling's got some redeeming quality to a degree. Right now, this is unreal, man. The energy, the buzz. I'm a grown ass man. That was fucking fun as shit tonight. That's no different than watching one of my favorite movies or a show that I'm really into. It was action packed. It was nonstop. It kept you moving, and there was a whole lot of question marks right up into the moment we got Jacob. We were listing off the people that could be helping.
That was you just described it pretty much the best way you can. It was cinema without the normal context that everybody says with wrestling, of where you got one big, like the Wyatt 6 debut was cinema. The Bloodline angle for a show or whatever was cinema. That was cinema throughout the entire show. Everything kept a pace. Everything, it was like you said, it was like watching your favorite, 2-hour show, your favorite movie, what have you. It's like watching an episode of The Sons of Anarchy, The Walking Dead, what have you. Literally, it kept a pace that moved. You had everything that bookended from start to finish, and you paid off with a big reveal that you didn't expect at the back end.
Right.
Mwah. Mucho gracias. As by the way, to juxtaposition, we have Rampage with Private Party taking on El Luchador, but I don't think we'll be saying much about it. So sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not go anywhere. We still have over 100 people with us. We're going to continue to take your ratings out of 10 on SmackDown. Plus, give us your likes, your dislikes. What was good? What was bad? What floated your boat tonight on SmackDown? We will be keeping you up to date on Rampage as we go here. So just stay tuned, folks. It's going to be fun. And I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck Rampage is on.
I have it on TNT. But yeah, 100%. It had been talked about it and speculated, been percolated about of if, when, and how. But we have Jacob Fatu in WWE.
Fatu is in the WWE, guys.
And again, we've said this multiple times now. Vince is rolling in his proverbial grave that he ain't in yet. With you've got a guy like Jacob Fatu, and with all due disrespect, can I politely just personally say a big fornicate you to Warner Discovery of that? We can get Jacob Fatu on WWE television, but we can't get the Briscoe brothers on Warner Discovery or anything like that. Literally 3 hours of show and everything. You could never have the Briscoes there. But we can big up Mark now that we had the tragedy. So just personally, from me to you, not through the channel, just personally, fuck you, Warner Discovery, on that level.
There you go. It seemed like a calculated plan from Solo. Yeah, again, it's that heel of like, listen, you think you got us, and we have who was it said it earlier? Randy Orton said it. They always have a plan. And that was the plan. We're going to jump Cody. This is going to lead to a match at Money in the Bank, which I think will be a 6-man still. And then you have, but we got an ace. We got an ace in the pocket. We have a trump card.
Well,
Jacob fucking Fatu. Holy shit.
It was so good. 100% of Dwayne's out there holding acting classes, I guess, with all the Samoans and all the Anawahis and everything, because you have even Soul out there of, no, please, no, don't do it.
No, it's so good. It is so good. Every little aspect of it. And like I said, he went from begging to smiling. Pulled you right in. Do I have your full attention? Yeah.
Right. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Solo.
And I think one thing that the WWE does extremely well, the commentators, the minute Jacob came out, Corey Graves was losing his mind explaining what a psychopath had just entered the ring. He did, this man's a madman. He's crazy. We can't have him here. Oh my God, what are we going to do? That's Jacob Fatu. It wasn't like, some other shows where they're just like, oh, it's so-and-so. Ding, ding. We're like, no. Why? Why does this person matter? They made you feel like if you didn't know who that man was prior to now, which a lot of people don't, they sold you on, holy shit, that's a big deal.
Did they actually announce him as Jacob Fatu?
Yeah.
Okay, that was a question of I literally didn't hear it.
Yeah.
So I was waiting. I was like, please don't call this man Caesar. Please
Yeah.
don't call this man Caesar.
We were yelling at the top of our lungs. A couple of people in the chat confirmed it. They were calling
Okay,
him.
yeah. Because I was like, if you don't say this man's name, I was like, don't fuck this man's name.
Yeah.
Up. Jacob Fatu he's out there with like the rhinos and the mangs and the hakus of that name just kind of instills a little bit of fear. The hair on the back of your neck raises up just instinctually.
Mm-hmm. No, they did it so well. Him being Jacob, the idea that the Caesar Fatu, the Caesar, I keep fucking that up. Call it Caesar. It should be Caesar Fatu, folks. I don't care what anyone says.
No, because then they give it to Jacob. It's the Sikoa,
right? But the Caesar.
Oh yeah, because fuck, I forget that their actual last name is.
They are Fatus.
I got sold on a gimmick.
If you would have told us at the beginning of 2024, Tonga Loa, fucking Justin, Jacob Fatu, even I fucked up his name, would all be in the WWE, we would have laughed at you. Oh yeah, okay, cute. Here they are. And
then Joe Hendry shows up on the same week. And also, by the way, we have the Howdies and the Wyatts and everybody showing up as well. And we're still talking about like a Hikuleo and a Ricky Starks that could show up at any moment and everything like that. And even now a Wardlow getting talked about showing up. What is pro wrestling right now in WWE in 2024? Not even just in WWE. What is pro wrestling? Literally, if you were to go and someone had been asleep through all of 2024. They just ended wrestling on 2023 and told them what pro wrestling is right now in 2024. Their head would explode.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's really crazy, man, but it's fun. And like I said, I think what I like as a fan, especially, as you get older, it's a little harder to kind of get stuck in that, like, oh my God, they surprised me. Oh my God, they got me. They're doing an extremely good job of doing it for me. I find myself even tonight of, what is going to be the twist? Are we going to get a lights out? Will it be Wyatt? Will it be Roman? Will it be Jacob? Will it be Tom Hikuleo? What will it be? It's going to be something, but what is it? I think they've done a phenomenal job of keep making us want to tune in. I don't want to miss the show. I don't want to take a break and miss the next match. Tonight cooked. Not just the bullshit. The matches were good. Tonight cooked.
That is the core staple of any television programming, is it needs to be appointment booking or appointment television or appointment viewing of 100%. I need to make sure I go out of my way to make sure I watch that. Yeah. And that's 100% what tonight was. That's 100% what WWE has become.
Yeah. Hot take. This Bloodline is better than the first one.
Oh. Hey, you had Jacob, you're getting itchy and scratchy. You might be clawing.
This version of the Bloodline has such a different feel to it. This has a feeling of like this collection of monsters. Like you said, there's psychopaths, they're dangerous people. It wasn't that the original Bloodline wasn't, but they were so much more in control. Like Paul is expressing this, like when Roman was in charge, we had a plan, we were methodical. It was kind of, and with Roman kind of winning a lot of matches similar, we kind of got used to what was coming. But this addition of the Bloodline just has such a dangerous element to it. It's a different vibe. I give them full marks because it feels different.
Yeah, better is a harder thing to say than different.
It's early.
Well, and I will still say that, like we were been talking about, of Roman now at this point feels like the merciful leader, even though he was the fucking tyrant. Yeah. Meanwhile, now under Solo, it's just a hired bunch of mercenaries. This is the fucking mob. This is Suge Knight. This is Tony Soprano out here running this.
And they might not even be done yet. And I mean, Nick, here we are going back and forth. Oh my God, Jacob, the bloodline. Drew McIntyre beat the living shit out of CM Punk tonight, left him bloody and dropped him like a bag of potatoes in front of his home crowd. But the man who quit on Monday decimated Punk tonight. That's a big part of this. We had the 2 qualifying matches, big part of this. Nia Jax and Mishin, I'm all for it. Let's see what this has.
Well, you got her and Tiffany teaming up
here. Tiffany time.
Right.
No, I mean, really happy with that program. He lost like I'd say 30 pounds. He looked great. Jacob Fatu, if the rumors are true and he knew he was coming to WWE several months ago, he was getting ready.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. Like that's probably, respectfully, that's the slimmest I've probably seen Jacob.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I already now want Jacob versus Roman way more than I want Solo versus Roman.
I think with Paul being involved and how this all works out, I think because of it, it was like Batista Triple H. Batista would rip the arms off of Triple H or destroy Randy Orton, but he played that role, right? I think Jacob will play that role for a time. But then we'll get that break. And I think being able to control somebody like Jacob adds to kind of the mystique and the usually if you watch all those mob movies and shit, the head boss guy's rarely like the most dangerous guy in the room. It's like,
oh yeah, no,
right?
Jacob 100% looked the entire time like he was the only one that was actually truly unhinged. Like we've sold up about how Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa are mercenaries, and even the noises from Tama and everything with that. But Jacob literally looked like he was unhinged, like a man possessed out there of just, I must break you.
Yeah, and speaking of things in wrestling that probably shouldn't exist, here comes the learning tree.
Oh, you're there?
Yeah, I'm a little ahead, but
oh yeah.
Chris, we got a brawl. Son of a bitch. Even on Rampage,
anywhere near you. I'm gonna see if my other source is closer.
WWE has cooked this week. I would say that WWE really came out swinging this week, and not
if there's ever a week to say that they won the wrestling week, I don't know what other fucking week you could pick.
Well, and again, WWE doesn't do it. AEW doesn't do itself any favors because WWE delivers all this fucking amazing content. Like you said, even Tuesday with Joe Hendry and all the other side stories and Ethan Page. And I mean, you're blowing the ratings up for that show. And Wednesday laid a fucking egg in the middle of all this. An egg. An absolute egg.
Speaking of eggs, I've got a couple of bad eggs on my screen with the learning tree or bad apples. And can we just admit that I would just want that there of just that number of last week's Dynamite and then underneath it, Chris Jericho. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I can make that happen.
The demo god has just, now he's withered away to God knows what here. He's out here clutching at strings of play. Has it become you Vince Russo to yourself so fast of you're already leaning into the dirt sheets, the Twitters of talking about you of, well, when I was wrestling with Luchas and they wanted me to take a pile driver, I just told them doesn't work for me, brother.
Right.
Now, who says that talking about Chris Jericho? Twitter.
Because he knows we're calling him Jericho Hogan. He knows he's paying attention. It's hurting his ego. And this is
no casual viewer knows that, and you just look like an imbecile. You look like you got hit in the head with a brick and you ate paint chips for dinner.
If you've been watching Dynamite from the beginning, all of a sudden a guy that you've known as a wrestler, a popular wrestler, a Hall of Fame wrestler, went from, no matter what you thought about him, he was one way. He was Chris fucking Jericho. And then all of a sudden one day he showed up like he had bumped his fucking head on the way into the arena. Or like you said, did someone hit him in the back of the head with a brick? Like, what happened? Like, what happened? Did you? And he just, again, it's fake. It's facetious. It's bullshit. It's boring. It's childish. It's campy. I think the Tony Storm stuff's the same way. I think the Young Bucks the same way. Okada makes me laugh, but it's silly.
I'm so sorry.
The fans that were shitting on WWE for how they treat Asuka and Nakamura are cheering Okada. Figure this one out.
Well, we've said this before of that 7-star in the Tokyo Dome, Okada. He's gone.
Yeah.
Lost, gone, never to be seen again.
Well, I'll ask you, Nick, like part of my theory, and you and I have discussed this before, I think it's the equivalent of like a free agent signing a big contract with a whatever team because they threw money at them and they mail it in. Oh, I got 7 years. They're paying me for 7 years. Doesn't matter. I mean, we've seen it all the time. The guy that gets the big fucking payout that doesn't live up to the hype. And that's what we talk about. Like Kenny Omega works harder and better in New Japan than he does in AEW.
Right.
We've seen others do that. So I'm wondering if it's the same thing for Okada. Like, oh, I only have to go half speed here. I don't have to kill myself here. But if you booked Okada in New Japan next week, he'll come out guns blazing. Oh, there's Okada. We remember him.
Yeah, but you've diminished so much. I get 100% what you're saying, but you're diminishing so much of your value.
It's WCW. Yeah, that's a good point. But it's very WCW where the guys weren't working. Guys were walking.
Hey, who's been saying this for 2 fucking years now? 2 fucking years.
Right.
WCW.
You had guys like fucking. You had the Big Show walking out to the ring with a cigarette in his mouth. Like, that's how fucking lazy they were at that point.
Bro, tell me that's not something Moxley would fucking do. As by the way, we have one half of the Outrunners out here taking on Ray Fenix.
Yes. 11,000 out of 10. Holy shit. The Samoan Werewolves is finally here. Finally. And again, it just feels like, but wait, there's more. Like,
right.
Fuck. 10, 9.5. 10, 0 to 10, Charlotte Flair. Oh, she's getting close, guys. 10.
Yeah, I think this is the Ty Dillinger episode of just 10, 10, 10, 10.
Corny is going to shit. Yeah, Corny likes Jacob, so he'll pop for that. Corny's going to shit all over the Wyatt stuff, though. That's not his cup of tea. Even though he had, like, Leviathan and stuff when he booked, but whatever.
Right.
9.75 out of 10. A lot of high scores. Trips is cooking. This was one of the fastest pace, highest energy shows of 2024. Undeniable.
By the time we were getting in the last 20 minutes, and it felt like we were in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. Now give me damn Zilla. Now we want Zilla. Where are we going to put all the Samoans, man? It's gonna be
in a Volkswagen. They all get a wagon together.
Welcome to Friday night Samoan Smackdown.
Right. Samoan shotgun Saturday night.
Yeah. I want that quality. That's exactly what we all want. We just want the shows to make sense, be good. And you got so much talent there that you could use, and you got writers around you that could help. Hey guys, what do you think of this? And get the shit that sucks off TV. Get Jericho off TV. Get the Young Bucks into something that matters, or get them off TV. Or at least put them all together so they're one segment, not 2 or 6.
Facts. Who is Magnum TA? Hangman Page's father.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Now 1-800-surprise Samoan, folks. That's 100% what Heyman dialed up there. Of I need a Samoan to show up and cause a distraction, so I don't die.
Who is Magnum? That's funny. Magnum PI. If he wrestled, no, you can Google all of that. Jacob is Solo cousin. Yeah, they're all fucking somehow connected. One big giant Samoan orgy over there. They got
Jacob's actually more related to Solo and Roman and all that than Tama and Tonga are.
And The Rock's loosely related.
Blood oath, blood in, blood out. He's all about family.
Close. Game changer. Right. Yeah, GCW alum is now in WWE. And again, for anyone out there that goes, man, this is just like when Vince was around. This would have never happened if Vince was around. This is genius. This is
because he would have came in as Caesar Sikoa instead of a Jacob Fatu, and everything. And this is one of the first guys that's, I believe, come in straight from MLW.
Nickelback's at the hockey game. Look at this photo.
This is how you remind me of what I really am. Fun fact, that was my first concert. Actually, those two was Nickelback. It was Nickelback, Default, and Injected.
Right. Fatu made the new Bloodline legit with his debut. It doesn't. Yeah, it feels like a level up, Nick. It feels like they were, Solo's finding his way as the leader with 2 mercenaries, but Jacob just gives them this level of, they're gonna fuck everything up, aren't they?
But does Jacob outshine Solo? Maybe not now, but remains to be seen.
Yeah, I think there will come that moment. Like I said, to me, it very much reminds me of like a Dave Bautista, where you had this big beast with a lot of potential that eventually the fans started cheering for him a little bit back in the day, right? And
walk for miles inside this ooze of danger.
And then you kind of started wondering, like, why is this big guy letting this guy, letting Trips treat him like shit and
You gotta
boss him around? Yeah, I think Fatu will eventually have that moment, but I think that's part of how you produce the show and how you make the story angles. If you just let Fatu go out there and run wild, well, yeah, but if you can control it and write it accordingly, he'll play his role.
absolutely.
Right. And then even tonight, after he looked like a complete maniac, he got in that ring and hugged his cousin and was very, like, oh, my chief kind of vibe.
For half a second, I thought you said, and he humped his cousin. So I was like, wait, did we watch the same show?
No, the show did not come from.
You got the Samoan Special After Dark edition.
Right. All right. By the way, Rampage is still rolling.
It's still a thing. It's still a thing.
Edmonton Oilers winning 3-0 in the third. So, I mean, some optimism here that we're going to a game 7, which even to get to a game 7 is historic. But rating out of 10 tonight, man, I really love this fucking show. You're going straight 10, eh?
I think it kind of has to. I think if not, it's a 9.5. Like we're splitting hairs of.
We are.
Maybe they've broken the Meltzer scale here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my own little ridiculousness is I think I've given a 10 to a weekly programming show. Never. I don't recall it. Giving a 10 to a weekly show. Maybe once. But usually the 10s go to pay-per-views that really blow the
Surprisingly, Raw didn't get a 10, I don't believe.
No, we got an 8.5 because it did have some other shit I didn't love.
Right.
Fuck. You know what? Start to finish. I'm trying to think of something I hated about the show.
Bad pacing, because I've got Leo Rush coming out right now. Like, if it's not a 10, it's a 9.5.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'll go 10. I think they delivered from start to finish.
10. Ty Dillinger, 10.
This may be the first time I ever give a 10 to a weekly show. But
we've caught the Meltzer. We've caught the Meltzer.
Right? I mean, I'm just thinking about it realistically. Oh, what a goal. Florida, 3-1. I'm just trying to think. Is Action Andrade? Hey, he's still alive. Holy shit.
Who? What?
Action Andrade.
Leo
Rush. Yeah, you know what? It was from start to finish.
The original member of the Learning Tree under Chris Jericho, Action Andretti.
They should bring him back into the mix, actually.
Be the only thing that they've ever fucking done with him.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, man, if you want to be really nitpicky and like, oh, there was 2 roll-ups. Yeah, I could see you being that
9.75.
Yeah. 9.999999912.
No, you can't say that many nines. That'll get you in trouble.
Way to go, Rocco. You just got us.
Right.
The algorithm freaking out right now. I give it a 9.75. There you go. You need some knee pads for the last 0.25.
Nah, the roll-ups would be we're splitting margins of hairs here. There was few and far between of any even a dull moment, let alone a bad moment. So to me, 10.
Yeah. You know what? Like, I think if you look from start to finish, a show that kept you captivated and kind of dialed in to legitimately the point of like, all right, I don't really want to go on break because I don't want to miss anything. Yeah, I mean, from start to finish, that was a banger of a show. It's one of my favorite episodes. Well, it has to be. I give it a 10. So, probably the best weekly episode of a show this year.
Yeah, start to finish, 100%. That's the thing, is it's not just based on they had one huge moment. Mm-hmm. It was literally from the start of the show till the end of the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the triple threat matches were good. We're setting up Money in the Bank. We're getting excited about that. You had a little teaser with Bailey. You're building up other storylines, even for the women, like the kind of the mid-card storylines for the women. This Leo and Andrade match has been insane.
Right.
They haven't touched each other. It looks like 2 guys doing like literally a cheerleading routine.
Afro Circus.
9.5. Yeah, like there were like really nitpicky shit that like, maybe that could have been better. But like the Cody segment to start the show was great. Paul coming out, cooked. him like, yeah, leave, but take now Paul's publicly starting to really present instead of making little gestures.
Take me with you.
Yeah, take me
Please.
with you.
Help me.
Cried for 2 hours, this man. You know, with Punk, Cody sliding in the ring with the bat, setting up that match, setting up the end, but oh well, Punk's gonna help Cody. No, he's not, because Drew showed up. That was wicked. The way they delivered that was some next level. Again, we've seen so many jumpings and so many run-ins. Dude, that was so well done.
Is it better that they didn't show it, or does it harm it that they didn't show it and you just have Drew just dragging him out? I probably know your answer, but I've still got to ask the question.
I think it was kind of better that you didn't see it, because then you're imagining, you lift that door open and you see Drew, and you know how mad Drew was, and there's blood all over Punk's face, and instantly you're like, your imagination then runs off of, what did he do to him? You know, he was slamming him against the door, but holy shit, like, you just know he kicked the fuck out of him. You go all the way with it. If you would have watched it,
there's not enough that that they could have done that. Well, that doesn't justify this, what have you, that you just know he beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just know whatever happened, it's not good for the hero. And right. I think the way he walked them out methodically and just dropped them in front of the people. And like someone said earlier, like, is this your champion? Is this is your king? This is your king. He's fucking Killmonger out here with T'Challa. This is your king. Mm-hmm. But SmackDown was fatality. Troll in the swamp. Yeah, he'll chill out. Triple H channeling his Attitude Era. That's what it is. It's the guys that were there during the chaos of the Attitude Era that are now running the show. So they're like, we know how to do this. These are the guys that were telling everyone to suck it and telling fans to show their boobs, and like they're ready to play. They're ready to get in the, and that was part of this. Chicago, kudos to Chicago, because they came out and cooked tonight. They were with it.
But that's the mix of the perfect elements there. Of you're doing this show in Chicago, so it's everything works perfectly.
Yeah. I like this comment from Anthony. Seeing the Bloodline tonight, the Wyatt 6 was probably like, nah, we're good. You
can have that. That's what we joked about that. If Jacob Fatu just shows the fuck up and just smashes everybody. Right. You all gonna get it.
He passed them on the way in.
You've got a buzzard and a fucking pig and some witch. We've got a werewolf.
Yeah. He passed them on the way in the door and he said, not tonight. And they were like, all right, good night, sir.
Right, thank you.
All right, have fun.
All right.
9.5
Jules, I will.
Meanwhile, we're 20 minutes into Rampage. There's a pay-per-view in a week, and we have 2 matches that don't matter to only story building. Done is a run-in for the match on Collision, and it involved Jericho. So we're fucking sucking all the pond water.
That's what we're dealing with here. We're pond water at the bottom of the fucking pool here that's runneth dry. I feel of. We're literally at the lowest of lows. And again, this is not dancing on a grave. This is a fucking intervention here. I swear I've said this too much. Of every time we think that they've hit the lowest of lows, they manage to find a lower.
Well, Damien just said, and this will be very interesting, that Collision's ratings will be better than Dynamite's were this week.
Now, if that does, that's a damning indictment.
That'd be great.
Because right now, I bet you there's probably your highest Collision rating is probably your lowest Dynamite rating, which is still not a great sign. No. But if your own television passes your main show, that's almost a bigger indictment than if NXT or anybody passes you.
Yeah. Will we see
if you pass yourself, that's a problem.
Right. Will we see Liv and Zelina at Money in the Bank? I think so. And the only reason why they're going to set this up is the history with Lawo. And I think this will be a moment where Dom really kind of steps in some Liv mud. But I think that'll be the moment where we're like, oh shit, they're going to be a couple. And then, because we're getting really close, I'm hoping for Mommy to return.
Yeah.
Think of all the people we're talking about returning. Like Seth just returned. Becky's not there right now, which some people
think about how great we've talked about how WWE is right now without those people.
Yeah. Like, where do you put them?
Again, thy cup runneth over. It's a wealth of riches out here.
Yeah. 2 out of 7. Do you all think Nia is being paired with Tiffany because Tiffany's deleted tweet?
No.
No.
Which again, that's still even sus as
Yeah.
shit. Of that's just you're buying into Twitter shit.
Yeah, no, the WWE doesn't take the Twitter drama all that seriously. I think they're paired together because Nick said it. It works really well. You got the spoiled mouthpiece, and then you got the big bully to back her up. It works extremely well.
It's Alexa 2.0.
Yeah, fact.
And yeah, people forget that Twitter is still like a 5% of the fucking actual audience.
Yeah.
They're just the most vocal. They're the vocal minority.
Yeah. But I think that's where when we talk about Tony's booking and when he's catering to that 5%, well, dude, you're missing 95%, bro.
That's why you only have 502,000 is
Right.
because you're missing the other 90. You have to admit that they are pushing regular viewers away in droves.
Mm-hmm. I felt like on Wednesday that if I didn't cover the show as part of my gig, I wouldn't be watching it. I was more than happy to tune out if I hadn't been giving a fucking running commentary on it.
It is the diehard fan base part of the issue of that because they've become so gatekeeper of that. Mm-hmm. They run away who would be tuning in because you don't. Yeah. You're not of sound mind that you instantly are not. You're not like us.
Yeah, to an extent. And again, I don't get it because as Leo Rush gets a win. But yeah, I mean, that's the concern. And we saw it when you had kind of the Punk Bucks war. And we said it at the time, Nick. We talked about it a lot of having your fan base turn on each other, literally turn on each other. Not should Drew win or should Punk win, but I love this guy. I hate this guy. Like that is
to create tribes within your own fan base.
Yeah. Instead of like, again, you kind of have to have that community. And the WWE universe is huge. And the number of you see the ratings that WWE is doing. A lot of those, a chunk of that are people who are AEW fans that just can't keep their eye off the other product.
Well, you get your obligatory once a week WWE reference as Leo Rush picks up the win here.
Chicago crowd was effing banging. I cannot wait for Cage of Horror. We will be here live for the Cage of Horror tomorrow night.
Right.
Bum, 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 bum. Yeah.
Queen and Princess. I fucked that word up. I'm special needs. 500,000 means Punk is giving the peace sign next to two graves, Drew and AEW. Ooh.
That's awesome. That's fucking hilarious. Turned off Rampage. Can't watch this. It is what it is. AEW Rampage. Again, I know diehard AEW fans that don't watch Rampage. So what can we really say?
But that's the thing, though, is again, we're saying this out of do better, be better. We're saying this out of we love you, Tony. We watch everything of yours. We just want you to be better. Half of fixing the problem, or the biggest part of fixing the problem, is admitting you have one. And you, at this point, you can't deny this. Like, I understand about the, oh, well, who gives a shit about the ratings? Why are we talking about this? What have you? Oh, it was a full moon, I danced with the devil in the pale moonlight, and so that's why the ratings went down, what have you. But for Jesus, tap dancing Christ, you have to at least admit that you are nowhere near where you were before, and you are on a downward trend.
Ooh, MJF live in Buffalo. Yeah, no, and that's the thing is you see the interviews and some of the stuff that even came out today about like, oh, I can't wait for Forbidden Door. I think it's going to be our best one yet. But each year you're like less and less excited about this. Maybe this is something you should have did every couple years. Maybe not every year we needed one of these. And again,
has Forbidden Door run its course of now when you've got half of what you used to have for your New Japan attractions like Swerve Ospreay last year would have been New Japan versus AEW. Now it's AEW versus AEW.
Exactly. You're not wrong.
As I've got Ryukan, Shoryuken. Oh, Shingo Takagi. There we go.
JBL returning to wrestling. Interesting.
In what manner?
Yeah. In what capacity?
Right.
Twitter changed the WrestleMania XL main event. That's how powerful Twitter fan base is. That's a bit of an overextension. It was greater than the Twitter sphere.
Or did they let you think that you changed it?
No, and again, I think public opinion matters, but it's got to be outside of like they were getting a shit ton of. I mean, again, The Rock had an epiphany, is what really changed it. Because if The Rock didn't change it, it would have never changed. But yeah,
well, yeah, I'll give you the credit on that. Of I guess then if you want to go with that, if they changed it, but still, that's a rare instance versus literally a constant. As we've got Shingo Takagi,
yeah,
right now taking on AR Fox, which by the way, I don't believe AR Fox has been seen since All In. He finally managed to make it back from the UK.
Was he at All In?
Well, he was around there. Remember, he got caught up in the controversy, what have you, and all of that, and then they kind of just pulled him away.
Anybody remember what AR Fox did at All In? I can't remember. This is where I get kind of like, and I know somebody out there is sitting home right now, and they're like, "This is the coolest thing, Chicago Fox. I've been waiting for this forever." I don't relate. The crowd seems pretty loud, though.
I feel like it was AR lied about like being injured or something.
Well, wasn't he in that weird like we was like the Nick Wayne storyline back? Like they were
Yeah,
friends.
he was like that's the thing is I remember he was for a good bit. He was in a storyline and then just I can't remember exactly, but just out of the blue.
Oh, he helped Swerve beat up. Remember they went to Nick Wayne's house and they fucked him up. He helped Swerve and then they became friends. Then he said he was sorry. And then they basically squashed it and put it to bed. It never went anywhere.
Yeah, but no, there was it's because he couldn't travel to the UK and he waited to tell Tony until pretty much the last minute. And so that's why they had to write him out of it and everything. And that was kind of because Tony was building around it and it became a feud because that's why we got Christian versus Swerve instead of AR versus Swerve. See, it comes around.
There you go. Teamwork.
Right.
To clarify, I was talking about Nia and Tiffany as queen and princess, not you guys.
I mean, if the shoe fits, you might as well wear it.
Fuck you, Wads.
Cinderella.
Jimmy needs to come back. He will. That's what this is setting up. So, like any good war movie, the enemy is getting set up and prepared, and the baby faces, the good guys, aren't really aware. They're kind of doing their own thing, and then when the heel army is ready, that's when you need the heroes to come together and figure shit out. So we're getting there with the bad guys. The good guys are on their way.
I don't know why this maybe. Oh, AR with a huge fucking 450 ass splash, but yeah, 2 count. I don't know why this made me think. That made me think of Small Soldiers of Roman Reigns, leader of the Gorgonauts.
Man, I love that movie. TV 14 is back. They've definitely upped the ante a little bit with WWE product. We see now that, again, blood, even fake blood, they wouldn't do it.
What that was just bad.
Was that a botch or was that a block?
What did he block it with? His mind? Professor X that shit?
I thought they were trying to sell us on the fact that Shitagi held on to the fucking the ropes. That's what happened. But I think AR Fox is whooped.
Use some strength, motherfucker. What is he, a greased up fucking deaf guy out here? Never gonna find me. Never gonna catch me. Like
that's personified no yeet.
Yeah.
To some people, wrestling is just having a match in the style they like, which is fine. They love this. It's very indie mindset. And the people who are fine with that aren't a big enough audience. Fact. And that's why I think you got to expand, right? Like, and I think what you were watching with Triple H, Nick, is that now we're getting really good matches. Like the one show, like the one thing AEW fans really could hang their hat on was, yeah, we might not have the best stories, but we're putting on banger matches.
Yeah.
But is that still happening? Like, I would argue WWE's given us really good matches on a weekly basis. And some of the stuff AEW is giving us is fucking Jericho or a fucking flip-de-doo fucking spectacular.
Yeah, but does a perfectly good steak taste as well as maybe a slightly overcooked or undercooked steak with some fucking seasoning thrown onto it and everything like that? 100%. This is, I guess, my comparison to I could get a good look at a T-bone steak by sticking my head up a cow's ass, but I'd rather take the butcher's word for it.
Right.
That's great. You can have the greatest match of all time, but if no one's there to give a fuck, why do I give a shit? Versus you could have still a mid-level, a 4.5 star instead of a 5-star match. But if it's built enough and packaged well enough, I'll gobble that shit down like no other. Pause.
Gobble that shit up, bro.
Right.
We got Danielson and Chicago shaking hands. Oh no handshake. Chicago not having any of it.
Yeah, but this is their first round for the Owen Hart Forbidden Door. But again,
very interesting.
Forbidden Door feels more like a doggy door a little bit with this.
Yeah, it doesn't feel so forbidden. It feels a little bit of like a revolving.
It's more glory hole than Forbidden Door.
Well, did you see the bracket for the Owen Hart?
No. I lost faith once I saw MJF versus Mystico El Hunico
How do you feel about your boy MJF dropping the Roosh storyline like a bad habit and instantly?
That's what you should have done. You should have had that match there instead of just why here? Why is the Bucks involved? Why is the Elite involved? Why is Cage of Agony involved?
Why is Brian Cage calling matches?
It's all bad. Nothing is good.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. It's really, really bad.
So it looked like they were building some long-term storytelling between Roosh and MJF. And he just squashed him, and now he's going to fight Hedgetero.
But you literally, it doesn't even have to be long-term storytelling. You just need to add like a week.
You're right. Instead of 3 weeks, we needed 4
weeks. 4 weeks. Just fuck. Like literally, just add an extra week. It's not like you're adding 2 months into it. You're adding a week.
Yeah, that's not exactly long-term storytelling, no, is it? Shit. You're fucking up short-term storytelling.
You're fucking up all-term storytelling. But we're fucking up talking about super chats. There's a super chat for $5 from Spaz saying upcoming shows WWE Money in the Bank 16,691. A lot of 69s in there. Nice. Ticks sold so far. Heatwave is similar with package tickets. Pause. Mud Show Open Door Gimmick Show 8,675 sold so far. Is part of the problem that AW runs 10 to 12 to 20,000 seat arenas, but outside of huge pay-per-views, like a weekly show struggles to sell 2,000. Right. I'd rather be in a 3,000 seat venue and sell 2,000 than be in a 20,000 seat arena and sell 2,000 because I'd rather have it be loud and impactful. It's NXT. Literally, we're back to they're competing with NXT again.
Completely. And then again, they're in a battle with TNA, whether people want to admit it or not.
Right.
But as soon as TK opened his mouth and inserted his foot about he only books for sickos, he, as a matter of fact, just turned any casual fan he had into watching this crap. Ratings are going further down. Again, maybe not. Maybe we're conflating it a little, but is that not possible that if you're not part of that kind of cult, then maybe you don't want to be a part of it's really hard to kind of, all right, maybe it's not for me.
But that's the thing, is they've done a better job of exiling audiences than including audiences. That's a terrible mindset of the business of trying to sit there and run away people instead of trying to bring them in. No, if you want to expand and grow your business and be out there to where you're talking about challenging Raws and Smackdowns, etc. and everything. Again, don't be mad when we start bringing up the game you decided you wanted to play and you're not winning it anymore. But this is a game you wanted to play, and now when you're out here and you're now losing pretty handily and running people off, that's a you problem, not a we problem.
Yeah, really is. Well, Collision will get ratings because Ospreay is in action. Well, we'll hope. Again, we had a lot of big names on a lot of big names that were on on Dynamite, and it did
You
not
had
help.
you had MJF
Because-
commercial free for a half hour plus.
and you think that would have popped the rating. Like, you think the fact that, but nobody really, not many people care about MJF versus Roosh.
How bad is it though to tell you that I haven't looked at the quarterlies, and I know we're
I
getting
haven't yet, no.
here, but the fact that that could have carried over, and that there was that big of a drop off, that no matter where that was, just it plummeted to that. Which, by the way, again, we haven't fully brought up of how trash of an excuse it is that they're using Juneteenth and the fact that they showed Black Panther instead of Big Bang Theory. Now we're literally making excuses of what's the pre-show for fucking AEW. We're grasping at straws and hairs here.
Yeah, no, and then they even referenced the Kendrick show, and
we're pulling at short and curlies.
Somebody put it online. It wasn't me. These aren't my words. This is a quote, but someone said, so 2,000 AEW fans that happen to be of Black persuasion did not tune into the fucking show. Is that what you're trying to convince us of? And I was like, that's a crazy stretch.
Like, whole strategy card. Let's see how it works out for him here.
Why can't we just go, you know what? The show was really garbage. The show didn't deliver.
Right. I forgot this is only an hour.
Did someone say that AR Fox locked in the closet? I'm the closet. I'm the closet. Usos, God versus Usos at SummerSlam's highly possible.
I'd love to see it. I think that's a dream match to me. Is I've got Serena Deeb coming out here.
Yep. And this, there you go.
It's so interesting that she comes out here in an outfit that looks like she should be wrestling in fucking Stardom, but is out here in AEW, just getting
the Rampage treatment,
jobber face.
Now, do you think if you're Roosh, are you disappointed that like you're not getting like a pay-per-view match against the champ? Like,
if I'm Roosh, I'm happy I got booked.
Well, again, but at least you could have made the argument of like, well, Roosh and his lucha ties, it's kind of Forbidden Door-ish.
But that's the thing is, again, we've gone from Forbidden Door to Doggy Door with this. We're literally grasping at straws of now we've got to include CMLL, Stardom, because we've already sucked dry. Pause. We gave the old Hawk Tui to New Japan here. So 100% that we now need to actually involve all these other promotions, because fuck, if we can't work a story or build a promo or build a pay-per-view on our shit, and now we're struggling to do it with other people's shit.
Fact. And dude, we've sat here many nights and just ran off the top of our fucking mouth. And I know we're just talking shit, but there's solutions. There's obvious solutions, even to a couple knuckleheads like you and I, of like, hey, you know, you could do something with Rampage. You could do something with Ring of Honor on Fridays.
Tony, our shit is literally scrolling right through right now. Literally, as I'm pointing across the screen. Just fucking search one of those things, click them in the description. 100% be your friend, tell a friend. We'll help you, my guy. We want you to succeed. You're part of this fucking biodome out here. But god damn it, if you don't wake up, I fear the repercussions.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to go back to that like one company. I don't want to have one cup of tea, one brand.
Dark times.
Right? Variety is the spice of life, my peeps. And I don't like the idea. And again, like you said recently, it might be the last attempt somebody makes at having a company that goes up against the dub, because they're only getting bigger and stronger. So the battle only gets worse. And then who's going to take you serious? How many people have tried this and failed? So what's the point?
If you see a guy like Tony Khan, I'll say this real quick. Spaz, thank you for the $10 super chat. Pretend nice people have the new take of, I can't wait till they are on stream so the rating discourse can go away. They're running from facts, but they're still poor ticket sales, merch, empty shows. Fair enough.
It's analytics, and Tony's a numbers guy. That's the fucked up part.
Literally, it's metrics, and it's still one of those of no one was complaining about the ratings discussion being brought up until AEW was on the other side.
Yep.
Don't fucking pick a fight if you don't want to see it through.
Well, the trick is when you come out, when you're the little guy and you land for the first few early punches and you get cocky, you better take the big fucker out, or when he gets up, you're going to get hurt a little bit. So,
right.
And that's what I think it was they came out swinging and they were scrappy. They technically won the Wednesday Night Wars. I know we could debate. Actually, that might be a court trial. Who really won the Wednesday Night Wars?
Right.
But again, they found their way to celebrate that, and the company was growing. It was doing well. They did better in the pandemic than WWE did.
Oh, big facts, big facts.
Huge. And again, that's, I think, ultimately just where we're hoping to get back to. Is just excite me, like make it count, like especially when your competition is just fucking every night.
Oh, she just took a straight up as we've got Willow versus Serena Deeb, and Willow was trying to go for like a
Yes,
drop kick or something, but just took just a straight backdrop off the top rope.
4-1 Oilers.
Hey, there you go.
Tony, that's the thing people keep saying, that Tony has so much money, but again, there's a limit to it, right? Like, what if you do lose your TV deal?
But that's the thing. You know who cares? Warner Discovery.
They
I don't give a shit if you got all the money in the world. If you can't find a fucking platform to put your shit on, or if you got to go to YouTube, if that's some fucking crow, you got to eat.
Well, I mean, but everything you hear from Warner Brothers Discovery is they're completely happy, and even today, like it was SRS that reported.
Who says that though? Dave Meltzer says that. Tony Khan says that.
That's facts. That's facts. I mean, again, the numbers have to matter. The numbers matters to advertising.
If everybody's so fucking happy about this, why haven't we agreed to a deal?
That's the question I keep asking.
Because it's bullshit.
3 minutes left. Edmonton is celebrating. Holy fuck. History. And Wendy Chu was at the Edmonton game, apparently.
Leaving.
Meltzer, yeah, maybe. Meltzer has no problem pointing out why WCW's ratings were dropping, but can't do the same. All he has to do is copy and paste the fucking story. He doesn't even have to find new words. Just say this, copy, paste.
Russo to Khan, and you're good.
That's it. 5-1. Let's go.
Christ, I literally was sounding like a car starting up. I'm about to say Russo, but I was trying to say Meltzer. Meltzer's too personally invested in this. Yeah, it is too personal for him at this point. Yes. There is no journalism left in that. There is nothing. Now, if this goes under, it feels like to him he personally goes under type of. And I'm not even saying that it will, but every flaw that they have, every issue that they have, it's personal to him.
Yeah, and again, I think part of it is because he believes, and again, he strapped his fucking horse to this wagon, and I think he knows, like, if this goes away, he loses a lot of access, a lot of clout within at least the walls, and I think he doesn't want that to go away. He's not calling Triple H, hey, Trip, sounds right. No, that's not happening. But he can text Tony during a show, hey, your commercial didn't go, or your audio's off. Like, imagine Meltzer trying to pull that shit with Triple H or anyone in that building. Fuck you, Meltzer.
New phone. Who dis?
Yeah, right? So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, that becomes the fucking... again, it's just... I don't understand why he had to be so biased. Like, and again, when we talk about tribalism, I think the leaders of the tribe is Meltzer.
Because they were winning. Because it was all in. Because shit was good. They were the alternative and everything like that.
Yep.
And then they drank too much of the fucking Kool-Aid. They flew too close to the sun, Icarus, and everything. And rather than sit there and fucking buckle down and stay in your fucking lane, they got the Russo Bischoff balls and cojones and everything, and sat out there of, have marbles and everything, and sat there and we'll take pot shots. We can go here. We can do this. And they stretched well beyond their means. Mm-hmm. And so now he's invested into the point of, well, I picked this horse to win, and we're down 40-0 in the fourth quarter, but I swear to God, we're going to make a comeback here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy. AEW just admitted that they need the Big Bang to bring up ratings. It's kind of it's when you make an excuse for yourself, but the excuse just makes you look bad anyway. Like, oh, well, the Big Bang wasn't on. It was the Black Panther instead. And it was like, wait a minute. So
why not just eat that on the chin? Like, that's the thing, is that's part of it too. Or why not just take the L? Just eat it and own it. And again, just take it, learn from it, grow from it. You want to sit there and say, well, we're only got 5 years in the game. So then why every time you get a boo-boo are you sitting there saying, no, I didn't do it, he did it?
Yeah. No, you're 100% right, Nick. Again, it's just own something. And I think that's one of the things that kind of started souring me with the brand was there doesn't seem to be a level of brand integrity. Like I support brand, and I know people are going to throw Vince at me. Fuck off. But again, you want to be able to believe in what you're dealing with, and I just too much cloak and daggers. They're not a publicly traded company. A lot of the shit they do is, because they're private, they can do whatever they want. We don't know their true numbers. We really don't. I want to know what their true payroll is. It's got to be insane. But at the end of the day, man, I just want to enjoy the wrestling. I want to go back to the days where I really had to decide like what show was better, what pay-per-view was better. And again, like right now, Willow and Serena Deeb are having a pretty good match.
I want it to be to where we're talking about how great one show is versus the other and everything, instead of how great one show is and how shite the other show is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I'm running a promotion, I'm paying attention to every criticism and trying to be the best I can be. You can just listen to the positive comments and keep your head to the sand. Schwab,
Schaub shit there. Yeah, he's Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
Well, and you brought it up. I've talked about it. Of if there's anyone that has the advantage to succeed at doing a secondary promotion, a top tier number 2 WCW-esque promotion in pro wrestling, it's Tony Khan at this point.
Yeah.
And so if he does it and gets egg on his face and has to fucking boo-boo jobber face his way away from this, who else is going to be willing to take that gamble of saying, well, he did it and he had all the cards in place. He was buddies with him. He's a wrestling fan. I'm just a guy with a lot of money. So I'm going to clearly fucking fail at this. So why try? And then you get into the fucking dark times.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think what bothers me the most is in my head, it's such an easy fix. Tony, it's simple. It's not complicated. Won't take a whole lot of effort. Tony just step back. He oversees everything as the head guy, and he filters through a lot of ideas, and he can give thumbs up and thumbs down. But you bring in a person to do that job. You need a Triple H. You need a booker. You need a guy to come in and write stories, and you just sit back and thumbs up and thumbs down and play mediator between some of the whiny superstars, but you are where the buck stops. But it's that simple. Just step back and let someone else do it because you can. Now you're going to say
especially
it's my money.
When you have all the minds that you have available to you.
But it's his money. He can do whatever the fuck he wants with it, I suppose.
Fair enough. And I mean, good on you. There is a group that enjoys it and everything like that. And there is still stuff that we enjoy 100%. Yes. We just wish that more enjoyed it and that it appealed to more and everything. I would rather it be, a huge hot topic to talk about instead of this little insider club of, us and 3 other people really like this storyline, which is weird that AEW fans seem to be like that. Like they'd rather be more inclusive than or exclusive instead of inclusive.
Yeah. No, very much so. And I mean, we've seen multiple stories of that. And I still think, by the way, Willow is in control right now. It's been a pretty good match between these 2 ladies.
Yeah.
I like both of them.
1, 2 go.
But congratulations to Edmonton Oilers forcing a Game 7 historically and could come back all the way from down 3-0.
Game 7, I'm assuming in Florida?
Florida on Monday.
Oh, now if the ratings are down, does WWE get to say
right.
It was Game 7? Right when we get to the third period in Game 7, it's going to be when Howdy shows up.
Yeah, probably.
We're going to counter book it.
Right.
No, that's when they got to take a break. So we're going to
stretch it out.
Remember when that was a fucking thing in AEW? We're going to take a break so everyone can watch the NBA Finals. Then you can come back here. Yeah. Are you shitting me?
Greatest SmackDown ever.
Could be.
But it was a really, really good SmackDown tonight on the positive side of things. And I mean, this match still going on. Oh, I got
the pounce.
Greatest SmackDown.
I hate the kind of like slow setup for the pounce. It should be like literally whip, boom, bang, all of that in about that much time instead of literally tiptoe by the window.
Right.
as Willow picks up the win. And I do like Willow. Just, they have a terrible job of kneecapping every fucking babyface in this company.
A little bit at times. They really seem to. They really struggle with baby faces. They struggle with big men. They struggle with tag.
They struggle with a lot of things. Long story short, they struggle with a lot of things. As the other half of the brackets, Deonna Purrazzo, Hikaru Shida, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's a very interesting tournament. So now Willow and Statlander are going to fight in the semifinal.
Why would you not set that up as the final?
Thank you, my guy. I didn't even get it out. Yeah, exactly.
No, I literally, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, what are we doing? That's your final. That's your fucking final right there.
Right. Deonna fights Shida.
Hello.
What?
I can't even remember the fucking guys from Back to the Future. McFly, hello.
Oh, I was like, what?
McFly, hello.
Oh, that was the main event. We're done. Woohoo.
Yeah, trust me. I was. We were talking backstage and we were, tag out, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot it's only an hour show.
Right. Now you got Mariah May and Saraya. This whole storyline, did you catch it with Anna Jay? Like, so Tony and Mariah were gonna feud because they were building up the Mickey James story. Then they kind of didn't, and then Mina showed up, and everyone keeps rubbing each other's boobs. And then Tony out of nowhere is gonna fight Mina, but then they all got jumped by Saraya, and Anna Jay's now an outcast. What the fuck are we doing?
Lesbian Poland is the only fucking storyline you have going on right now in your women's division, especially for the world title.
Right.
Just what the... as much as we've talked about certain promotions have the best women's wrestling division, can I respectfully say AEW has the worst?
It does. It has
trash. And that's not a knock on the competitors. It's on how they're booked, how they're presented. We're literally having chesticles and breasticles are the more prominent thing than championships and moves and matches.
Yeah, because that shit makes Tony Khan giggle because he's 14 years old and inside.
Because he's never touched a boob. He's out there like fucking 40-year-old version. It feels like a bag of sand.
She was a hoe for show.
Bro, I don't know if I want to leave. I got my cousin Vinny on.
Shut up, you got my cousin Vinny.
I got my cousin Vinny. We got the 2 Utes. We might need to take some Utes to trial here.
Yeah, actually, everything's kind of getting quiet around here anyway. So, Will Ospreay versus Swerve Strickland will be a match of the. I completely agree with that, but I am I'm quite a bit disappointed about how Swerve has been presented all day today, scrolling Twitter, Instagram, MJF Ospreay.
Yeah. Which match are you more passionate about right now, and pull the audience, of Ospreay versus MJF or Ospreay versus Swerve? And 100% again, Swerve's the prime example of just been kneecapped. I still stand by this statement of it seems like AEW's okay with Swerve being champion, but not okay with him being in the main event.
Yeah, it seems that way, right?
Yeah, C-Money. Oh, freaking notification. Get out of the way. C-Money. I'm marking out here. My cousin Vinny on TNT. Let's go to 2 Utes. We got the 2 Utes right here.
That's amazing.
With all due respect, everything he just said.
But I cannot wait to watch Willow versus Chris. But I mean, again, it sounds like it should have been the main event. It should have been the final.
It should be the final.
Because you're probably going to get, no matter what, you're going to either get Statlander against most likely what? Mariah May.
Peraza, Hikaru Shida.
Shida might beat Peraza.
Well, I'm surprised Sheeta's just kind of gone off into the abyss. But again,
and she's back.
To me, both of those should be bigger matches you set to the final of the one feud you have going into it. Why are you giving up the feud that you have going in here in the semifinals? What? So then you can do it. I already can tell what they're going to do. Whoever wins in the semifinals is going to get screwed over by who they beat in the semifinals and the finals because blah, 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 ABC, XYZ, clear as bullshit storytelling. And it's just, blah, do something different. Be fucking unique like you claim to be. Do it the right way. Have them pay off in the fucking main event.
Right. Claudio lost to Pac. He will fight the winner of Danielson and Takagi. People said dream match. Danielson, Takagi. I don't know whose dream. Ray Phoenix versus Jay White. Jeff Jarrett versus TBA. And a lot of people think it's Hangman.
See, everybody uses this term dream match to me, and it's now at this point with AW, it's the point. Well, no, it's the point of just that's a cool match I want to see. That's what it is. All of that. A dream match is saying Roman versus Rock, I would say, something like that.
Yeah.
A CM Punk, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's some shit that to me is more of a dream match at this point than a Shingo Takagi versus Bryan Danielson. It'll be a great match. Great. Cool. We're going to watch Cage of Horrors with Wrestle Revolver tomorrow night. Same thing with AW Collision. I'm sure we're going to watch some matches on there that we didn't even know we could say that were dream matches and everything like that because they were really cool matches. They had fuck all storyline going into it and fuck all storyline coming out of it.
Facts. No, that's where I'm at with it. But we usually don't take a rating on Rampage. It's taped and it is what it is. It's not even a fair thing. I'm happy that a lot of people...
rating on how you feel on the state of AEW. Out of 10, how confident are you on the state of AEW?
How happy are you with the current product?
How satisfied are you with your AEW viewership right now?
Yeah, that's a good question.
What would you give it if you had to give it a numerical rating, sir? I almost want to go down. Is it above or below 5? Does it go above mid-level? Is it mid?
I'm right there with you. That's 100% exactly where my brain went to instantly of, is it over or under 5? Are they failing completely? Or do I give them a little bit of love because they're sucking, but they're not failing? But now...
Everybody instantly 4.5, 4.5. Give me 10 surprise entrant for the next year's Royal. Byron, you can ask us. That's a super chat or something like that. That's a whole different question.
That's
5. Much so Indiana 10. 5. All right, Spaz, we get it. We got the point. We read the comment.
Spaz is glitching out.
Right, he's spazzing out, browning out. I could maybe go with 6. Maybe I'll at least go 5.5. I could maybe go with 6, and that's just giving them faith.
Overall excitement for the show is low. Writing and storytelling low. Matches aren't as good as people say they are. Your really good matches are really fucking good, but there's a huge gap between your great matches and your average matches. There's a big
can
drop.
Watch the really good matches on a Twitter, on a tweet, or on a YouTube clip.
Yeah, but for every Osprey Kyle Fletcher match we get fucking, fucking throw into
Young Buck acclaimed title eliminator.
Yeah, or we get an Andre Dante Martin match, or a fucking we get a Jericho fucking Commander match. Like, that's the problem, is there's a big drop off between their greatest stuff and just their average stuff.
Well, yeah, we do get a good section of the learning tree here. I need to go fucking George Washington and chop down that cherry tree.
Well, I think I might give them 5 on the button. I don't want to say they're failing, because even the nights that I have a lot of complaints or little things that drive me nuts about the show, I would say that for the most part, it's not boring. Now, there are weeks like this week where I wanted to turn it off. I really did. I was just frustrated with the whole fucking thing. Like, it just seems so stupid and dumb. Like, I don't even know how I can explain to a friend Like, come watch the show with me, and this is why you're gonna like it. I wouldn't know how to do it on that particular night. So I'll give.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So I'm thinking 5.
Like I said, I'll go 5.5, maybe 6. Like I'll give him a C-. Of I like that MJF is back. That's just me personally, of me marking out a bit.
Yep.
MJF, Ospreay, Swerve, there is the potential there to build a pretty solid core if you could figure it the fuck out. It just seems like they're now so lost amongst the weeds. And I think if there had to be a moment in time to mark the tipping of the iceberg, I think it's showing the all-in footage, just showing the all-in footage.
It was a
that
big
might
thing.
be the biggest tip. Maybe it's Punk getting fired, but I think that might be the biggest, because that's the biggest acknowledgement to the situation.
And it was so poorly done, and it was so blatantly transparent of why it was done. And again, it didn't. If you really dug in, but imagine like the outsiders show up in WCW. They show up the first week. Razor's hinting at a friend. Then Nash shows up and they're kind of fucking with Eric, and then they put him through a table and they're taking over the show. But then all of a sudden it stops. 2 weeks from then, Eric's back running the show like there's no problem, and those guys are just acting goofy, and they're a part of the company. Like, that's what they did here. This fine, if you're gonna do it, dig into it, deliver it. But you gave us that footage, and all it did was help Punk's popularity. You helped Punk, and Jack Perry got over for a hot minute, and now that's cooled off.
I still think it's probably the biggest miss in AEW history that they couldn't capitalize on making money with that storyline and that feud. That they couldn't put egos aside and put bygones be bygones, and that would have been that, like you said right there. That's your NWO, who's the third man type shit. Of not saying the similar type of storyline, but it's going to be that big of a draw.
Yeah, the learning tree is keeping AEW afloat. That's a
thanks, guys.
That's a scary thought. Yeah, I think ultimately there is room for improvement, and I think you have shown in the past that you can draw people. The biggest, I think, if we ever look back and analyze what went wrong with AEW, if it does happen to fucking smolder, it will be a lot about like the not being like you chose the Bucks over Punk. You chose, a guy like Guevara over a Miro. Like, there's a lot of guys that came into your company with talent and experience that you preferred the indie guys that were more your size, that you hung out with you, were your buddies that you could smoke up with and be cool with. And the adults.
Well, he tried to smoke up with
yeah, I know exactly who.
Right, literally. I'm getting blank on her name there. Cedric's wife there. Big Swole. And how'd that work out here? But now, was it ironic or facetious with Matthew Jackson saying half of the roster isn't here because of us?
Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they fucked that up. That's again when they're stupid. So they're like, "Oh, we're going to tell everybody, like, oh, look at all the guys we've taken out," and they throw it in.
You don't realize what you're really saying.
And everybody that heard it went, "Wait a minute, you shouldn't have said that. That was stupid."
Straight that, reverse it.
Yeah, and it goes beyond. They should have turned it all into money. They really should have. And unfortunately, right now, it's I don't know, man. I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm not that thrilled about it. Forbidden Door. I don't know. I just need it to turn around. But if we're going to end this on a positive note and say goodbye and last call to everybody, SmackDown was fucking unbelievable tonight. Yeah, first time I've ever given a weekly show 10, maybe 7.
You literally read my mind, because I was about to say, well, spinning this on a positive note of SmackDown was great, Rampage was Rampagia, but yeah, we've got Jacob Fatu in WWE, and we surprisingly didn't get Howdy, and it was still amazing and still fantastic. And the Samoan Werewolf is in WWE. Just let that sink in again.
Isn't
the
it played so well?
Samoan next to Roman Reigns is in WWE.
Yeah, and they play it so well as far as like like any good horror movie or like storm movie, like, we batted down the hatches, and we were ready and we were okay. Like the ghost didn't show up. We survived, and that's kind of how tonight felt. Was like we were on guard, and all night it kept the fans on guard, kept us excited and eager. And now we'll get more on Monday, which is awesome.
But even then, still, you had Solo getting beat down. Of, oh, please, no, just stop, don't. It'd be so sorry if you came at me, as he starts to smirk. And then just Jacob takes everybody out of it. It was such a good juxtaposition across the board. From we're batting down the hatches, so no howdy. So we think we're gonna get howdy. Holy shit, the defenses hold. We've got Solo out there of, oh my God, 3-on-1. Can you believe? I can't stand this. Jacob shows up and just wrecks everybody. Destroyed Cody Rhodes, your world champion, by the way. Just like it's nothing.
And did it in very menacing fashion. It was wonderful to watch. Great end to the show. Huge pop. This one's going to go viral. Jacob Fatu is about to go viral, folks. And we will be here for all of it. We will continue. We are back tomorrow for a couple shows. Don't miss out. 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Plus, we are here all week long. All your favorite wrestling, leading to Forbidden Door, leading to Money in the Bank, leading to SummerSlam. It don't stop. We just hit 5K. We thank all of you, especially the ones who hung around all night long, almost 4 hours tonight. But that's all I got, my guy.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you're going to put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side. Come back tomorrow. Good night. Do better.